A screen nobody has seen in over a decade. Game clear. Our guy completely loses it. Screaming on stream, can't even sit still. Years of grinding just paid off in one moment. The chat explodes. Donations flying. Everyone freaking out. The game is called Protect the Empire. A defense game so brutal no one has cleared it since release over 10 years ago. Our MC told everyone from the start, decades of experience, thousands of hours, only plays the hardest difficulty. A top streamer who treats impossible games like a personal challenge. The kind of player who picks fights most people run from. The stream channel, millions of subscribers watching live. Donations stacking up, chat going wild with thank yous. Our guy gets real for a second, mastering the game world, controlling every system perfectly. No better feeling exists. But then the MC admits something. One thing always nagged the audience. Viewers kept asking about the same characters over and over. The game was so punishing that everyone ended up using the same hero to survive. The main character, the only reliable option in a game designed to destroy everything around the player. The final clear screen, solo, lunatic mode, hell level. World first. Right in front of the defeated boss, surrounded by mountains of dead allies and heroes. Even though these were just game characters, our MC felt a real bond. Years of fighting together built something the MC didn't expect. The end. Credits roll, game directors, art team, developers. And right in the middle of feeling proud, a sting. A notification drops. The game studio announced a shutdown. Our guy can't believe the timing. Just cleared the impossible game and now the whole thing is getting deleted. The community already knew, but reading the notice personally stings different. The chat is devastated. Fans posting memories, old clips, goodbyes. The official statement confirms everything. An entire world of players just got told their game is done. Our MC lies in bed, eyes open. Fans sent warm messages all night, but the heaviness won't leave. A new notification, a message from the game director, addressing our guy directly, thanking the MC for clearing the game. Our hero just stares at the screen, full body freeze. More pings flood in. The chat catches it live. Everyone asking if this is real. The director explains that the team had almost given up. Nobody was supposed to be able to clear it. Our MC blinks. The director keeps going, relieved to see the clear happen, genuinely grateful. Our guy scratches the back of the head, says the director doesn't have to thank anyone. Then the message takes a turn. The director says there's still hope. Our MC pauses. The final line, the director says our guy is qualified and capable and asks the MC to come help. And just like that, the vibe shifts. Our hero reads the message again. Qualified, capable. The whole thing feels wrong. Starts thinking, the chances of the real game director messaging a random streamer are basically zero. Probably just some weirdo looking for attention. Tries to play it cool. Types back calling the person self-called director with a nervous laugh. The monitor flashes bright. Our MC tries to understand what's going on, but the screen is pulling. Physically pulling the body forward. Feet sliding across the floor, can't grip anything, can't fight the pull. The monitor swallows our guy whole. A second later, the room is empty. The screen just says, "Thank you for playing." The monitor sits there, dead quiet. "Thank you for playing Protect the Empire" on the display. A final spark of light, then the screen zaps out. On the other side, green energy rips through everything. A blast tears the sky open, eyes snap wide, pure shock. Our MC springs up screaming, arms flailing, full panic, gasping, drenched in sweat, asking out loud if that was real. The ground shakes, explosions, close. Our guy screams. What the hell is that? Fireballs smashing into the ground all around, stone cracking, smoke everywhere. Face in the dirt, lungs burning, the air reeks of gunpowder. This is very, very real. A fireball rips past overhead. The blast hits, everything goes white for a second. Our MC slams into the ground. Face first, can't think, can't move, just dazed. Another explosion, even closer. A voice screams to take it easy. But who can take anything easy right now? Our hero snaps back. Flags, war flags whipping in hot wind above the walls. Our MC looks up and freezes. What is this place? A bang echoes across the battlefield, soldiers everywhere screaming, swinging, trying to stop enemies from scaling the wall. A full siege. Our guy just stands there, completely frozen. The fortress stretches in every direction. Fires, smoke, combat as far as the eye can see, bodies on the ground, blades still stuck in them, blood pooling on stone. Our MC mutters, "Is this real?" A soldier runs up fast, yelling for the prince. More soldiers closing in. One of them asks if the MC is all right, panicking. The look on the soldier's face, Pure terror. Another one spots the burns and starts screaming. Our hero yells back, "Stay back! Don't come any closer!" The soldiers freeze, a groan of pain. One soldier drops to a knee, sword clanging on stone, drops face down, apologizes to the Highness. Our MC just watches, confused. The soldier begs, "Please, what do the troops do now?" Our guy has zero answers, doesn't even understand the question. What is wrong with these people? Dead silence. Our MC tries, "Excuse me?" A green magic vortex tears open out of nowhere. The shockwave sends our hero flying, bouncing across the ground, slams into a wall hard. Barely conscious, can't focus. A sound, deep, grinding, not human at all. Our MC looks up. Was that a bomb? A glow, sickly green, and a roar shakes the entire fortress down to its foundation. Our guy can barely get the words out. What in the world is that? A soldier grabs the MC by the arm, drags the body up. This way, run. The infantry already broke through below, pushing up the stairs. Everyone's sprinting. Orders fly, stop them, hold the line, don't let them up. Arrows and blades cut through the air in both directions. A shot launches at the approaching enemy. A clean hit goes straight through, but our MC sees what's behind them, and the blood drains. A massive creature grabs a soldier like a toy, lifts the body, and drops it. Weapons clang off the thing's hide uselessly. Another defender crumples. Our hero locks up. A dark, armored figure steps through the smoke, the kind of thing that makes a battlefield go quiet. Soldiers scream and fall, blades punching through one after another. One slash cuts through the entire front line. Our MC stumbles back. What the hell is on the other side of that wall? Clacking, heavy footsteps, a second wave. The wall explodes inward, chunks of stone flying. A shape pushes through the gap. Massive, armored, in dark plating. A flash, red, hot, blinding. A screech tears through the air, a giant spider, red eye pulsing, legs scraping stone as it crawls through the breach. Our MC says it out loud. A spider? And the infantry already punched through the gate. The defenders can't hold. A soldier tries to raise a shield. The spider's leg sweeps across the wall. Our hero tries to move, but the body won't respond, completely locked. Can't even lift a foot. Blood drips down the stone. Our MC asks, "Is this a dream or a full-blown hallucination?" The spider growls, eye locked on our guy, closing in. None of this makes any sense. A soldier screams at the MC. The front lines are crumbling. The audience needs orders. Another screech. The spider lunges. The soldier begs. The front is collapsing. "Please, Your Highness." And then, a rush of wind from behind. A blade rings out, catches the light. A voice cuts through the chaos, asks if our MC is just going to stand here denying reality. A flash of golden light. The sword swings, one clean, perfect arc. The blade goes through the spider and out the other side. Clean kill. The knight stands over the corpse. Calm, barely winded. Our MC is still on the ground. The knight smiles, tells our guy that reaction is a bit stale for a battlefield. Our MC can barely get out a response. The knight suddenly sobs, rushes to check on the MC, asking what happened. More soldiers arrive. Everyone panicked. Our hero stares at the knight. That face looks way too familiar. And a name comes out, a character name from the game. Our MC recognizes the bodyguard. The knight freezes, knew it all along. The MC remembered, asks if our guy bumped the head pretty hard, but admits that being called by name for the first time actually feels good. The knight says it plain, worked as a bodyguard this whole time, and the prince never once remembered who the knight was. Lifts our MC up off the ground. Our hero blinks. Wait, if this really is that knight from the game, then that means... The MC trails off, can't even finish the thought. The two of them walk through the burning fortress, side by side. Wind howls through the crumbling corridors. The full scale of the destruction hits. The entire fortress is on fire, and the realization lands, the game, protect the empire. Our MC says it out loud. I'm freaking doomed. This is the very last stage of the hardest difficulty, the one that took years to beat from behind a screen. And now our guy is standing in the middle of it. Right before getting pulled in, the game, protect the empire. This game, a massive monster tears through the front gate with a screech. Explosions, swarms, fireballs, everything coming at once. A brutal defense game where the player has to hold off wave after wave of monsters pouring in, and every single one of them is charging straight at our MC. And this is just the beginning. Green blasts tearing through the fortress walls, explosions stacking on top of each other, stone crumbling, fire spreading. Another volley slams in. The base is getting torn apart. A massive blast sends debris flying across the courtyard. Our MC stands in the middle of the chaos in a military coat, still trying to process what's happening. Asks out loud, "What am I doing inside this game?" A voice screams, "Your Highness!" The bodyguard runs in, turns our guy around, an explosion hitting right behind them. Our MC stares at the knight, the face from the game. The bodyguard grabs the MC by the arm. Explains fast. The enemy charging the base is the Black Spider Army, but there's one piece of good news. Those creatures go inactive once the sun goes down, and the sun is setting soon. 30 minutes. That's all the base has to survive. The bodyguard draws the sword and steps forward, monsters closing in from every direction. Tells our MC to hold the ground, just until then. Stands ready with the remaining soldiers, and our hero is standing behind them thinking, why is this knight protecting me? What does Your Highness even mean? Who am I supposed to be right now? Time passes. Soldiers carry the wounded on stretchers. Survivors barely holding on. The bodyguard reports the sun is going down. The Black Spider Army is pulling back. Our MC and the bodyguard stand together as twilight settles over the ruins. Wind sweeps through the broken walls. The base rumbles but holds. The first night has been survived. Our MC calls the bodyguard over, asks two things. What's the current date and where are they? The answer, last day of February, year 649 of Imperial Power, an advanced base in a fortress city called Crossroad. Our hero does the math. Tomorrow is March 1st, year 649. The bodyguard confirms. The MC freezes. That date is extremely familiar. Every player who touched the game knows this date, and the location matches too. Everything lines up perfectly. Of course it does, because this is the exact time and place our MC played through hundreds of times in the game for half a year. And that means the realization hits hard. Our guy announces it out loud. The MC is the prince. The worst prince in the game, the one everyone hates. The bodyguard confirms, yes, that's correct, Your Highness. Our MC's brain is melting. The prince of the empire. And this particular prince is infamous for being the single worst commander in the entire game, the one responsible for leading every allied force into defeat. Even worse, one of the prince's own advisors, the supreme commander, knew all the monster weaknesses, but got overruled by this exact prince's terrible decisions. The prince's forces got slaughtered under this leadership. Our MC screams, "Why does it have to be me?" The commander's bunkers. A subordinate rips into our guy immediately, calls the MC a dumb idiot, asks what the prince is even doing here after all the damage already caused. Our hero just takes it. Can't argue with facts right now, but then the gamer brain kicks in. This is Protect the Empire, the most brutal defense game ever made, famous specifically for the Hell level, the hardest mode in the game. The difficulty scales with progress, and the matchups are ruthless. Most players call it absolute impossible. And our MC is the only human being who ever cleared it. No matter how bad the odds got, a way out always existed. Nobody can take that away. System window opens. Our MC checks the stage, and the stomach drops. The tutorial was designed to be unwinnable. The monster herd coming in is too large for one player to handle alone. That's just how the tutorial works. It forces failure. In the game timeline, it took half a year just to push back the Black Spider Army, but now our guy doesn't have game-level controls. No pause button, no save files, just raw knowledge and instinct. The MC clinches up. Already cleared this game once. Knowledge and instinct have to be enough. Bound to find a way, but then a pause. The system window shows the stats. Our MC's face drops. Absolutely doomed. Penalties everywhere. Level 1, bot tier stats, garbage wall durability. None of this makes sense for a final stage. The only useful thing in the inventory is an ancient mana cannon. One weapon against an entire army. Our MC takes a breath. Calm down. Plan it out. Use the game knowledge. Look carefully at every option. One mistake, and the whole thing collapses. That's why the plan has to be the most foolproof approach possible. Our MC starts scrolling through the system, fast. 6 months of playing taught one thing for certain. There's always a way to survive. Always. Fingers swiping through every menu, every option, looking for better odds, a slightly more reliable approach. And then, the hand stops. Our MC stares at the screen. That's it. That's the one. Our hero bursts out of the room yelling for the bodyguard. The knight runs over, asks what's going on. Our MC orders the bodyguard to gather the direct team immediately. The bodyguard hesitates, asks if that means the subordinates. Points out that the MC hasn't called on anyone for 2 days straight. Who is this person all of a sudden? Our guy snaps, cut the act and call them right now, points forward, says it plain. Found a way to get through this? Footsteps echo. Our MC stands at the front of the room. The team walks in. And there they are. The bodyguard, a red-haired mage, and a dark armored figure. The entire command unit. Our hero recognizes every single one of them. These are the characters from the game, all under the prince's command. The mage girl stands off to the side. The armored figure barely reacts. Another figure in the back, quiet, watching. Our MC sizes them all up, and behind them, a priest, covered in blood, wrapped in shadows. Something deeply wrong with this one. The MC recognizes the type instantly. The bodyguard stands off to the side, watching. The priest's presence fills the room wrong. The mage girl whispers to the dark figure, "The prince seems different today. Go easy." Our MC remembers. One of the prince's subordinates was a damaged holy warrior with a cursed background. The priest's status was wrecked from the start, barely functional on paper. But our hero doesn't care about paper stats. Not anymore. Our MC starts giving orders, explains the roles for tomorrow's battle. Points at the mage girl first. The mage is a pure flame attacker, one massive strike after another. Nothing else, just raw firepower, the primary damage dealer of the entire team. But our MC assigns a different role, shield duty, anti-ranged defense against the spider's attacks. The girl's jaw drops, says out loud, "But I'm a mage." Our hero moves on without explaining, points at the frontliner next, a previous knight built like a wall, assigns tower duty. Slow the enemy advance, cut the speed in half with sheer mass. The frontliner gets redirect duty, funnel the enemy where the team wants them. Next, the priest. Our MC assigns output and damage, a high-ranked soldier in the game despite the cursed status. From now on, part of the core team, in charge of actual damage output against enemies. And lastly, the bodyguard, commanding the remaining soldiers and holding the front line. A fist slams the table. One of the subordinates can't take it, screams that this isn't a strategy. The subordinate towers over everyone, yells in the MC's face. The prince dragged them all to their deaths before with terrible orders. Asks how the MC can possibly give commands now. Our hero doesn't argue. The criticism is fair. The real prince earned every bit of that hatred, but this base is the only chance to clear the stage. No second runs, no restarts. Our MC locks in, can't back down, no matter what. The MC's eyes go ice cold, red glow. The voice drops, reminds every person in the room that the MC is the one filling their treasury and the only commander still alive. Asks if they've forgotten who they serve. The room goes dead quiet. The subordinates start shaking, not from anger, from something else entirely. The angry one flinches, backs off, stammers out an excuse. Our MC cuts it short, agrees with everything, says plain, "I'm a complete joke, a terrible leader." But losing the position means everyone dies. Our hero stands up. The subordinate watches as the MC walks past, quietly admits the plan is rash and ridiculous. Our MC picks up a blade, swings it, and drives it into the target. Says the team has to trust these hands, and the MC plans to earn that trust personally. The bodyguard and the others stare, can't believe what they're seeing. The mage girl staggers back. A scream echoes through the bunker. Our MC stands there, blade in hand, grin on the face, already decided to skip the lecture and prove everything on the battlefield. And tomorrow is going to be very different. The team walks out of the bunker. The mage girl, the knight, the priest, all of them thinking the same thing. The prince has lost it, completely out of control. One of them says it out loud. The prince doesn't even understand how military power works. Another asks the obvious question, how are they supposed to trust a guy like that and walk onto a battlefield? And right then, fire erupts. A wall of flame bursts out of nowhere. The mage girl jumps back, eyes wide. The team scrambles. What just happened? Our MC grins, says, "Yep, that's what I'm talking about. Maybe the developer put this in as a joke, but every tutorial character has a hidden skill. A skill that's the complete opposite of the assigned role." Our hero turns to the mage girl, knows about the childhood, the attack, the mob of goblins that tore through the village and left a scar from a blade. That's when the mage picked up a characteristic called Flaming Skin. The system confirms it, a special skill born from extreme fear of blades. White flames cover the body and dodge every physical hit. Costs mana, but as long as the tank is full, nothing lands. Our MC asks, "Am I wrong?" Dead silence from the mage. In the game, there was no way to use a tank skill hidden on a pure damage dealer. The game just didn't allow it. But this isn't the game anymore. This is reality. And our MC plans to exploit that difference as hard as possible. If the stage is impossible to clear, then our hero will just cheat through it. Calls it what it is. Jerk, psycho, Whatever, the label doesn't matter. Clearing this game once and for all does. Our guy swears to grab the developer by the throat after this is over, then pauses, apologizes to the mage for the harsh method of proving a point. The mage girl says it's fine, but asks how the prince knows all this. Our MC dodges the question. Not important right now. Next up, the knight. The dark armored one snaps to attention. Our MC drops another bomb. The knight was a thief as a child, came from the slums, had a family to feed, worked insanely hard to become a soldier. The knight can barely speak. How does the prince know this? Our hero cuts it short again. Not the point. The point is what the knight can do because of that past. The system confirms a petty thief's way of survival. A hidden trait from childhood. The ability to move without anyone noticing. Total stealth, no detection. Our MC asks if the knife demonstration needs to happen again. The knight waves both hands. No, absolutely not. Can confirm the skill works. Our hero nods. Good. That means the knight can do exactly what's needed. And lastly, the priest. Our MC walks up slow, tells the priest flat, the most unfortunate person in this whole disaster, leans in close, asks if the priest has good eyesight. The priest speaks for the first time, asks why the prince gathered them. Our MC asks back, is there a noble objective behind all this? Or is the prince just throwing away worthless lives for the entertainment of nobility? The bodyguard steps forward, voice cracking, asks for the friend back. The words hang in the air, give the friend back. Our MC doesn't flinch, grips a fist tight, tells the priest, go ahead, resent me, despise me if it helps. But the priest's friend sacrificed everything, gave up a life to save the priest, and right now the priest is just sitting here waiting to die. Our MC pushes harder. Is the priest really going to waste the life that someone died for? Just because a garbage commander made the wrong call? The voice rises. Fight back. Get revenge. Our hero goes all in, says the priest should kill the MC personally, survive, get out alive, and then settle the score for real. Asks one question. Does the priest hate those spiders? The answer is yes. Asks another. Does the priest want to kill the MC too? The glasses flash. The answer is the same. Yes. Silence fills the room. Our MC smirks. Good. Makes a promise right there. If they survive, the MC's life belongs to the priest, whenever the time comes. The priest stops. The bodyguard can't believe what just came out of the prince's mouth. Our MC turns to the whole group. Says it plain. If the mission fails, everyone dies anyway. And even if it doesn't, the MC will still die by the priest's hand. Swears on the royal family's honor. Asks one thing. Follow these orders, just for tomorrow. The priest stands still. The hatred is real. But maybe that hatred can become fuel. The priest rises, and our hero accepts it, even if every ounce of that fire is aimed at the MC personally. Our MC speaks, no excuses. The prince's mistakes pushed everyone to the edge of annihilation, but if the plan works tomorrow, there's a chance to defeat the monsters. Slim, but real. Asks one more time, shut up and follow the lead. Just this once, and the faces change. The mage, the knight, the priest, the hostility drains out. The deal is sealed. Morning hits. Our hero stands on the wall. Doesn't matter if the hand is a royal straight or garbage, going all in either way. The alarm sounds. The black spider army is coming. Explosions in the distance. A soldier asks if the MC is sure about this. Out. Our hero doesn't hesitate. Just do as ordered. The ground shakes as the horde charges in. The plan is simple. The team buys time, while our MC finds the queen spider that's commanding the entire swarm. Once the queen is located, the mana cannon takes the head clean off. Our MC already ripped out the cannon's regulator to force an overcharge. Not sure if even the queen can survive that kind of blast. The only problem? Finding the queen's position. The queen gives orders from a hidden spot, invisible to the naked eye. Can our hero pull this off? A flash. The mapping system activates right behind the MC's eyes. And the answer is obvious. Of course. And the fight is on. The mapping skill fires up. Light scanning everything in sight. A holographic grid wraps the fortress and stretches out. The scan keeps going. Walls, towers, open ground, data flooding from every corner, full area loaded on a mini-map, every inch covered. Way more land than expected. The battlefield is massive. Stats flash at level 1 across the board. Rock bottom. But at least the skill works. Our hero searches the map for the boss mark. Nothing. No mark anywhere. The queen doesn't show on the map at all, and the swarm is already closing in. Our MC walks through the fortress with soldiers on both sides, hands the Dark Knight every mana potion left with orders to draw the horde away. The knight takes them without a word. The mage gets a separate order to block the entrance with flames if spiders break through. The mage nods and accepts. The bodyguard locks formations. Battle erupts across the walls with steel clashing and orders flying. The bodyguard screams at the troops to hold the ground. The whole point is buying time for our MC to locate the queen. The bodyguard glances back and reads the worry on the MC's face. Soldiers raise weapons, ready on command. Our MC tries to hold the volley. The fire order drops and explosions tear through the swarm. Spiders screech through the smoke, charging the walls. The horde slams into the line. An explosion rocks the rear near the evacuated troops, and it clicks. The queen isn't at the front. The queen hides in the back. Our hero spots movement on the map, drops a curse, and almost shouts. Our MC turns to the priest and asks if those eyes can reach that far. The priest squints and confirms. Spiders sitting still in the distance. Our hero knew it. The queen has to be among them. Our MC asks for the exact position. Silence. Then a lock on the target. The priest describes a creature with a spider's body and a human head. Our MC's face lights up. That's the one. The priest admits the thing looks terrifying. Our hero waves it off. The cannon handles the rest. Orders the artillery rotated south-southwest. The priest takes exact aim. Crew confirms mana charge complete and ready to fire. Our MC grins. The order to aim goes out, but the priest freezes, hands trembling. The priest says this is a first time firing anything. Our MC turns, dead calm, tells the priest that a miss would be fine, that even ruining everything would be okay. Our hero takes the full weight and says the outcome lands on the commander alone. All the priest needs to do is pull one trigger. This is the chance to strike back. The priest's glasses flash, all-seeing eye activated. The cannon hums. Blue energy floods the barrel with the weapon shaking from the charge. Sparks cracking, maximum power. Our MC gives the final word. The command to destroy the queen rips through the air. The cannon fires. Mana tears across the sky. The blast screams over the battlefield. Energy spiraling, shredding the air. The beam carves through everything in its path. Our MC roars for the crew to finish the target. Impact. The explosion mushroom clouds over the field, ground shaking for miles. A scout calls in with a cracking voice. Direct hit. Dead center. Soldiers erupt into cheering. Someone asks the priest if that was a first shot. The priest claims it was just following orders. Once those hands touched the trigger, everything clicked. A soldier asks what hidden power that was. The system reveals the all-seeing eye, born from the priest's past. The user can lock onto any target in the field of view, costs health instead of mana. In the game, the priest couldn't even hold a weapon, but right now, there's no trouble at all. Our MC grins at the result, and the bragging starts immediately. Then a second explosion in the distance. Our hero stops smiling. The spiders are still moving. A soldier screams that the swarm is active again. Our MC demands an explanation. The cluster from before, the still ones, just started charging. Our MC looks up. Green glow in the distance, a shield. The queen survived. Soldiers panicking over where the swarm is headed. The cannon hit the queen, so the army should be collapsing. Our hero freezes. A report slams in about the spiders. The entire swarm is heading straight for the fort, ground shaking under thousands of legs. Our MC clenches a fist, and from behind, a voice demands faster orders. The real fight just started. Out in the field, the Dark Knight is running low, explosions behind, spiders everywhere. The knight checks the supplies. One potion left. That's it. The forest is crawling. The knight considers it. A screech tears through the trees. The ground starts shaking under something massive. A giant leg slams down. The area goes dead quiet. The knight freezes. A rush of air tears through the canopy. Impact near the tree. Back at the fort, the priest's eye flashes and the cannon fires again. The crew celebrates. Direct hit on the queen, but our MC watches the screen. The spiders keep moving. The queen survived another blast. Game knowledge says a boss should tank a few hits, but there's zero data on the tutorial queen. What if the stats are completely different? The cannon starts sparking. The crew reports the barrels are cracking from the missing regulator. Damage is worse than expected. Our MC demands a count on remaining shots. 5 total, 2 already fired, 3 left. 3 shots against a queen that hasn't flinched once. Our hero stares at the battlefield. 3 shots have to be enough. But there's a bigger concern. The priest is gasping. The all-seeing eye burns health, not mana. Every activation drains life. 3 more shots means 3 more activations. Whether the priest can survive, that is a real question. An explosion rocks the central wall. Still standing, barely. Then a report about demolishers approaching. Our MC can't process it. Demolishers weren't part of this stage in the game. The thing appears on the horizon. Massive, armored, built to flatten walls. The Demolisher is trying to body slam the fort. Our MC curses because this never came up in the game. Our hero orders every ranged weapon to focus on the Demolisher. Blasts land. The Demolisher keeps coming. Nothing slows it. The walls start buckling. The Demolisher smashes through with green energy. Stone crashing down, spiders pouring through the gap. The breach is wide open. The bodyguard stares at the destruction, grabs a blade and orders everyone to ground level. Our MC screams at the troops to stay on the cannon. The queen has to die before the swarm reaches the inner fort. Our hero makes it clear that the queen falls here or nobody makes it out. Crew reports the cannon loaded. Our MC signals the priest. The glasses glow again, all-seeing eye active. Another direct hit, and nothing changes. The queen is unaffected. Our MC orders the next round loaded immediately. On the ground, the bodyguard swings a golden blade through the swarm. One slash cuts a line through the horde. The bodyguard rallies the troops to protect the fort. Our MC watches from above. Soldiers dropping one after another. A spider drives a leg through a defender. The system pings, a loss. Screams fill the courtyard. More pings. The death toll climbs and our MC stares at the flood of notifications. In the game, death was just a number. Here it comes with screaming and the smell of blood. Our hero closes the status window. This world has nothing in common with the game. The priest might collapse before all shots go off. Our MC orders the crew to cool the cannon. The bodyguard is wavering below. Someone asks for a plan. Our MC admits to having no answer. Then a voice rips across the field, someone on the outer wall screaming at the spiders, waving both arms. A speed boost activates. Potions going down one after another. Heavy breathing. The last reserves burning up. The Dark Knight screams a war cry and announces being a knight of the Empire. The swarm stops. Every spider turns toward the knight. The knight gulps at the wall of monsters locked on and starts running, screaming for the swarm to follow. The knight tears across the wall at full speed. A grin breaks out. The spiders can try to keep up. The figure drops into shadow. The system confirms stealth activated. The petty thief's way of survival is online, but the skill needs health, and the knight has nothing left. The system warns that health is gone and shuts it down. The stealth drops. Blades and legs tear through the dark. One more ping, -1. Our MC can hear bones breaking across the battlefield. One mistake caused all of this. The view through the scope shows nothing but carnage. Soldiers fighting and dying, getting pushed back. Every soldier out there is losing a life because of the MC's choices. Our MC's eyes go cold. Every last spider has to die. Back when this was a game, allies got thrown into danger whenever necessary. The system would ask where to place a unit, and the answer was always calculated. Saving everyone was never an option. Some had to die so the rest could live, and there's zero regret about any of it. But now, the real weight hits. Our hero reaches out and tells the monsters to stop, screaming at the swarm. The realization lands hard. Maybe every one of those game deaths was real too. The spiders don't stop. They never do. Monsters only stop when they're dead. Our MC grabs a weapon. The bodyguard cuts through a spider lunging at the MC, checks on our hero right after. More spiders closing in. Our MC brushes it off. There's only one way to stop monsters. A slash tears through the closest one. Kill them all before they kill everyone else. A report comes in. The fourth round is loaded, but the barrel won't survive much longer. Our MC calls for the priest, asks if one more shot is possible. The priest confirms. The fourth blast tears across the battlefield. The cannon sparks and shudders. The queen screeches in the distance, still standing. The shot landed directly on the queen's head, and nothing changed. The queen roars with dark energy pulsing around the body, still in perfect health. Our MC stares through the rain, water hitting the stone. The attacks aren't strong enough. The gun barrels are done. Crew reports the cannon hit its limit. One more shot and the whole thing explodes. Someone says to give up. It's over anyway. Our MC stands in the rain, breathing hard. Is this really the end? The cannon is about to blow. The defense line collapsed. The priest can't even keep both eyes open. Rain on the ruins. Is all hope gone? Then a soldier speaks up. The attacks did cause real damage. The queen shed the outer shell. The armor is gone. Our MC looks toward the green glow in the distance. Weaker now, different. The scout gave everything to the very end. One more clean shot could finish it, but an explosion rips through the position before anyone can move. The bodyguard screams for the MC. The structure crumbles around them. Everything comes down. The world and every hope of clearing this level, with it, darkness. The bodyguard's voice calling out, fading. A flash of light, a jolt. Our MC snaps back to consciousness. Ruins stretching in every direction. Still alive, barely. The bodyguard crawls through the rubble, asking if the MC is hurt. Our hero throws the question right back. The bodyguard coughs hard, then asks if the MC remembers. Says it's been almost 20 years. Our hero goes quiet and admits to not remembering any of it. The truth comes out flat. Just a player who took over this body. The real prince's memories are completely gone. The bodyguard brings up the past. When the prince first took the night in, a promise was made. Couldn't become king, but would become the most admirable person in the world, and asked the bodyguard to become the most admirable knight alive. The bodyguard says those words came from an immature kid, but they stuck forever. Every single day since, those words stayed close. The bodyguard rises to both feet and says the belief in the MC hasn't changed. Even right now, wherever and whenever the fight takes them. And then the bodyguard drops, face first into the stone. The crash echoes through the ruins. Our MC stares at the body on the ground, rain falling across the empty battlefield, standing alone in the wreckage. Our hero kneels down and tells the bodyguard to hold on. The MC is the main character of this game, the world's only hope. Dying here is not an option. Our hero checks the situation and asks about the artillery, looks around at the devastation, calls for the priest. Luckily, no fatal injuries among the survivors. The cannon is wrecked though. Then a question hits. Why is everyone still alive? Where did the spiders go? The answer is standing in a ring of fire. The mage girl, flames roaring, spiders screeching on the other side of the blaze. The mage's face glowing behind the wall of fire tells everyone the fight isn't finished. The flames push the spiders back, burning everything that steps close. Spider legs stabbing through the blaze, trying to break through. The mage asks one question through the heat, and the chapter cuts right there. The mage holds the firewall with everything left. Flames flickering, barely standing. The barrier won't last. Demolishers closing in on the outer walls. One breach, and it's over. The mage turns to the survivors and tells them not to let a single death be wasted. Every soldier still breathing owes the fallen that much. Our MC grinds teeth and makes the call. The order goes out to load the last round. The crew freezes. The barrel already hit its limit. One more shot and the whole thing explodes. Our hero fires back that spiders will kill them anyway. Burning to death beats getting eaten alive. One problem, the queen is invisible from here, no line of sight, no aiming point. The cannon's foundation is wrecked. Our MC tells the crew to hold it up by hand. Work with whatever's left. Our MC reminds everyone the priest doesn't need to aim. The all-seeing eye locks targets on its own. The final shell slides into the chamber. Our MC walks toward the priest and says this shot has to land. The priest is the last chance left. Our hero drops the voice low. This is the very last time. Just one more round. That's all. One clean hit finishes the queen for good. The priest asks what difference it makes. Even if the queen falls, nothing changes. The priest's voice cracks. The friend is gone. No shot brings that life back. The world only takes and takes. The priest wants to stop, ready to die right here. Our MC shouts back and asks if the priest really thinks the world is unreasonable. The priest says yes. Our MC calls that the dumbest obvious answer ever heard. Of course, the world is hell. Always was. Nothing goes right, nothing plays fair. Everyone already knows that, but people keep dragging themselves forward anyway. Our MC asks point blank if the priest wants to give up and die, if the whole attack should stop here. The answer comes loud. Absolutely not. The fight goes on until the last breath. Every last problem gets solved to the end. Our MC lays it out cold. If the priest truly wants to die, there's a blade right there. But if the priest can't go through with it, our MC says the only job left is pulling a trigger. Something flies through the air toward the priest. Our MC tells the priest to stop mourning. The only thing keeping anyone alive is the commander's orders. Nothing else matters. Our MC declares the priest a pawn, a key, a trigger, and that's enough. Something shifts inside our hero. A new passive skill awakens. The indomitable commander. The order comes down to blow the monster's head clean off. A tap lands on the priest's shoulder. The priest steadies. The answer is yes. The command will be followed. Final round loaded, but the barrel can't cool down. Our MC shoves the crew aside. Bare hands grab the scorching cannon. Our MC will carry it personally. The crew screams about severe burns. Our hero says burns beat hell. Our MC asks if the priest is ready. The priest admits the eyes are gone and the hands feel nothing. Our MC says that works. Our MC's hands sizzle against hot metal. A scream rips out. The grip doesn't loosen. The cannon rises inch by inch. Soldiers rush in from every side. Dozens of burned hands grab the barrel together. Everyone screaming, nobody letting go. The cannon locks into position. Our MC roars for the priest to fire. The priest's bloodied eye locks on target. The trigger clicks. Energy floods the barrel, crackling, whining, building. The blast rips free. A beam tears across the sky. The shot screams toward the swarm. Our MC mutters to get the queen. This attempt was impossible from the start. Last bullet, fired from the ground, no line of sight. Hitting anything would take a miracle. And yet the beam keeps flying straight. Altitude difference, ignored. Distance, ignored. Thousands of monsters in the path, ignored. The shot doesn't waver. The outcome was already decided. The queen shrieks. The blast tears the queen's head off. Clean finish. Flashback to a different life. Someone on stream freaking out over a prediction our MC nailed, and our hero with no clue how to respond. But right after that last breath of a normal world, eyes snap open and our MC jolts upright while someone says to keep resting. The priest treated the burns, but the damage runs deep. The mage is right there by the bed, and the truth hits hard. 4 full days unconscious. The mage admits the fear of never seeing those eyes open was real. But the spider army is finished. Our MC just stares, processing everything at once. The mage lays it out. The commander saved everyone. That final cannon shot killed the queen, and the swarm collapsed without it. They won. Outside, fires still burn through spider remains. Reinforcements gather the fallen and clear the stragglers. Sorting is almost done, and our hero takes the news in silence. The burns cover both arms, shoulders, and neck. Temple visit mandatory at base. Scars will stay for life, but our MC calls that a bargain for breathing, then asks how the mage is holding up. Our MC looks the mage over carefully, searching for damage, and the mage explains that when mana ran dry, a spider broke through and clawed the back. The queen dying stopped the swarm before it got worse, but the nerves took permanent damage and the mage can't move anything below the waist anymore. The room goes quiet. The mage says not to worry, just surviving is enough. 5 gunners made it through, plus the bodyguard, the priest, the mage, and our MC. 9 people total. Hundreds went into the final battle, and 9 walked out. Our MC starts spiraling. There had to be another way. Some tactic that got missed, some decision that saved more people. The mage grabs our hero's hand before the spiral goes any deeper. The mage says our MC isn't a god, and saving everyone was never possible. Our hero fires back that whoever dragged the army here owns every death. The prince's body, but the commander's weight. The mage won't accept it. Nobody predicted a swarm after 10 quiet years. Nobody would have stopped the march. The mage tells our MC to let go of that guilt. The door blows open and the bodyguard storms in, screaming loud enough to shake walls. Pure joy, crushing our MC before a single word gets out. The bodyguard offers to call the priest, but our MC waves it off. The bodyguard can't believe walking around with those burns is smart. Then brags about being built for punishment, and at that combat rank, it's honestly not even bragging. The bodyguard hands over a list of every dead soldier from those 4 days. Too many still missing. Whatever was recovered sits in the northern field, and our MC demands to go now. Everyone protests. Our MC shuts it down cold. Those soldiers died on orders, and the commander will face them. The bodyguard helps with walking. Rows and rows of graves across the open field, our MC moving between them step by step. And then riding the bodyguard's back, calling it the single most comfortable ride in existence. Our MC floats the idea of a personal horse arrangement. The bodyguard agrees instantly. Our hero calls that blind obedience pure idiocy, and for the first time, the air feels lighter. The priest stands alone near a wall, distant, and our MC heads over. The priest spots the commander and lights up immediately. Our MC asks about the eyes, and the priest says vision started returning yesterday. Almost normal now. Someone mentions the priest healed every survivor while blind, running the spell on anyone breathing. Our MC goes quiet, remembering how brutal those words were during the cannon fight. Our hero walks up and says the whole mission failed without that trigger pull. Our MC offers enough money to retire forever, a guarantee to never touch a battlefield again. The priest is a mercenary, free to walk away. But the answer is no. The priest reminds our MC that the commander's own words made the priest a trigger. And now the priest wants answers. The priest needs to find the source of those monsters, needs to understand why people died for something that shouldn't exist. The priest begs to keep following. Our MC's glasses catch the light. Request granted, starting now. A priest is needed for honoring the dead. The memorial ground, our MC standing before a blue flame with every survivor behind. Our hero knows it now. No better plan existed, no smarter tactic. What ifs after it's done change nothing. The strategy was chosen and carried through, and the consequences belong to whoever gave the orders. Our MC commands a burial ground on the western field, a memorial stone, a remembrance day every winter. This isn't just for the soldiers, though. This is atonement for every character our MC killed without a thought across countless game resets. Hundreds of runs where lives were just numbers. Our MC turns to the bodyguard and makes one promise. This mistake never happens again. The order goes out to march home. Stage 8, cleared. 3 days on the road, and the wagon hasn't stopped rattling once. 3 full days since leaving the base where the tutorial nearly killed everyone, heading north toward headquarters, and our MC looks like death warmed over from the constant shaking. Every bump in the road is a personal attack at this point. Our MC asks if they're almost there, and the bodyguard says not much further, just hold on. Same answer as the last 5 times. Our hero snaps that the bodyguard sounds like a delivery driver stuck on one script, and right in the middle of that misery, a notification pings. Job selection unlocked. Our MC needs to start making real choices now. Clearing the tutorial brought the level up to 5, and in this game, 5 is when the class gets locked in. The stats screen pops up, and every number is garbage, a character nobody would build on purpose. But the job list is wide open, and something strange sits at the very bottom. Beginner level commander. Our MC has never seen this class in the game. Could be a hidden class that only unlocks under specific conditions. Our MC stares at it, weighing the options. The game itself seems to be pushing toward the commander route. The indomitable commander passive already awakened on its own. The skill description looks decent on paper, but practically useless in early fights since mental resistance only matters in the late stages of battle. Not enough information to decide, and the headache from this wagon ride isn't helping. The bodyguard shouts that Crossroad is in sight, and our MC's suffering ends in an instant. Finally, our hero peeks out, and the fortress stretches wider than anything the game ever showed on a screen, walls towering overhead as the wagon charges toward the entrance. Crossroad, the fortress base camp sitting at the far southern edge of the game world, built to hold back waves of monsters from the Black Gate in the south. At its peak, this was the biggest military base in the Empire, but once monster attacks slowed down, the Empire pulled its real soldiers out and filled every gap with mercenaries, retirees, and recruits nobody else wanted. The Empire used them as disposable frontline bodies and stopped caring. Years of neglect piled up, officers abandoned the fortress entirely, and over 10 years the whole place grew into something unrecognizable. Nobody walking these streets would call this a military post. It's a full city now, cramped and alive. But underneath everything, Crossroad is still the last line standing between humanity and extinction. Our MC didn't realize how massive it was from behind a computer screen, and up close the buildings look far more battered and worn down than expected, and now our hero is about to be the lord of this entire place. The wagons roll through the gates into the city proper, and immediately something feels off. Our MC catches it right away. The atmosphere is wrong. People whispering, eyes cutting sideways, hostility leaking from every direction. And honestly, that makes perfect sense. Their new lord marched an army out and came back alone. Of course, the welcome is ice cold, but our MC planned for exactly this, smirking like someone holding a winning hand. The crowd spots what's in the luggage wagon and the whispering shifts. Are those gems? Our MC packed the entire wagon with black spider mana stones from the boss fight. Boss level purity, expensive, enough to fund the city for a long time. Our hero's logic is simple. Impossible fights deserve equal compensation, and a thriving base needs citizen cooperation. Right now, public opinion sits deep in the negative, but our MC knows exactly how to flip that, and it starts with money. The plan just needs to execute. Our MC grins at the crowd and promises to win over every single heart in this city through clear, rational methods. Not tricks, not fear, just results. Sunset bleeds across the horizon as the wagon wheels screech one last time, and the carriage finally stops. The bodyguard announces the arrival. Our MC steps down and freezes. The Lord's estate. No way. This massive mansion is home now. Our hero can't even compare it to the old life. A dream house dropped out of nowhere from the worst possible circumstances. The front door bursts open and an attendant comes sprinting out. Full speed, overjoyed that the Lord is alive. Our MC tries to place the face. The attendant fumbles the correct title, but our MC says, Lord is fine. The attendant grabs on, terrified that even a scratch landed on the Lord's body. Clearly obsessed with appearances, but in the game, this was the city administrator, the one handling every management task in Crossroad, and right now dragging our MC inside with zero patience. A warm bath is already drawn, dinner is ready, and the only order for today is to relax. Our MC agrees, then orders every soldier to rest for the day as well. The attendant tries to start briefing immediately, but our MC shuts it down. Not tonight. Everything waits until tomorrow. Our hero practically collapses into the nearest seat. The attendant leads the way upstairs, and our MC notes the bodyguard settling into a room on the first floor. Hot water running, steam filling the room. The attendant promises the bath will erase the road dust and the battlefield stench alike. Our MC hasn't bathed in ages, and the exhaustion is crashing down all at once. Our hero thanks the attendant and sends everyone away for the night. The water swallows every ache the second our MC sinks in. Quiet at last. And then a voice cuts through the steam saying it was pretty impressed. The voice calls our MC a classic gamer geek, and the entire room trembles. Our hero's eyes go wide. Something isn't here, and it knows exactly what our MC really is. A glowing figure floats in the steam, calling our MC a classic gamer geek. The bathwater's still running, this thing hovering like it belongs. The figure says it didn't expect the tutorial to be cleared like that. Our MC's guard snaps up. The figure introduces itself as the game's director and barely finishes before our MC's fist connects clean. The director crashes across the room. This is the one who designed the game, the one who dragged our MC into this world. The director scrambles on the floor, apologizing for the kidnapping, full bow, face against the ground. But the director insists this world genuinely needs our MC. Nobody else can do what needs to be done. The director gives a proper introduction. Our MC demands the full situation. The director confirms being the actual creator of the game. The characters on that screen were real people all along. Our MC asks why a player was brought into this world at all. The director's tone shifts. This world has a true ending hidden beyond anything the game showed, and reaching it is the whole reason our MC got pulled in. The director needed outside help. A holographic display materializes, showing the game's inner structure. The director redesigned it and opened it to players across different worlds, Earth being one server among many. The goal was possibilities the director never imagined, but nobody from any world has reached the true ending. Our MC asks what a true ending even means, because nobody has heard of one. The director explains that while our MC didn't reach it, one achievement stands alone. Our MC is the only player to ever clear the game's hardest level. That potential is why the director picked this gamer. That's why our MC is here. Our hero explodes. That was kidnapping, not recruiting. And on top of it, the director dropped our MC into the tutorial as the boss target inside someone else's body. The director admits it was a flaw, apologizes, then pivots to the topic of a reward. Reward? The director offers a single wish upon reaching the true ending. Our MC can't believe it. A wish? The director claims to be close to a god in this world, meaning anything is on the table once our MC returns home. Our hero tests the limit. Anything? Massive cash? The director doesn't flinch. The offer climbs to absurd numbers without hesitation. Our hero's gut says empty promises, but the temptation is real. There's so much our MC wants, but more than money, something deeper has been nagging. A question about this game only the real developer could answer. If the director keeps promises, the possibilities are massive. The director reads our MC perfectly. There's a wish in mind that money can't touch. And that's when it clicks. This so-called god already knows everything about the player in the bath. Every detail, every motivation. The director knows about the regrets our MC carries and promises to make that wish real, saying the conversation is done. Our MC snaps back that nothing is done yet. If the director has this kind of power, why not reach the true ending alone? The director admits to being limited here, basically an ordinary person with no combat power. That's why a real player was necessary, someone with actual skill. Our MC throws the hardest question: what happens when death comes here? The director says it's permanent. Real death, no respawns. One life, one coin, no save function. Our MC already knew from the tutorial. The director acknowledges the terror and offers a way out. Go home right now. Door is open. Our hero can barely believe it. The director says this choice should have come first before any fighting. Both options on the table. Stay and reach the true ending for the wish, or leave. Go back to a safe, ordinary life with no risk of dying. Entirely up to our MC. The director walks away and waits. Silence. The smart move is obvious. Leave. But two things hold our MC back. The wish and something stronger, pure confidence in knowing this game completely. That knowledge is worth betting a life on. Our MC cleared this game to the maximum. Knows every mechanic, every boss. There's no real doubt. Our MC makes the call. Fine, let's do this. The director can barely contain the excitement. Our MC agrees, but demands the promises stay locked. Free pass home and the wish, both guaranteed. The director swears full cooperation. Deal made. Our MC walks out and goes straight to business. The first order hits the attendant hard. Every last mana stone sold before tomorrow morning. The attendant protests that the market closed hours ago. Our MC doesn't care. Stay up all night, crawl to every buyer in the city, get it done. The attendant starts grasping the scale. 500 stones of boss-level quality. The value is astronomical. The attendant asks what the money is even for. Our MC just stares. What kind of question is that? The Mercenary Guild. Our hero walks in ready to play gotcha with real soldiers, gold in hand. Starting easy, slamming the money down, cracking knuckles, and aiming for 100 consecutive wins. The recruitment begins. First morning as Lord, and our MC is already marching through the city, soldiers trailing behind, the attendant barely keeping pace. The group stops at a rundown building that looks abandoned. Our MC asks what the noise is about, and the bodyguard offers to go first, but the door gets kicked open instead. Inside is filthy, tables shoved everywhere. Our hero asks what dump this is. A mercenary jumps up screaming, demands to know who broke in, asks if our MC wants to die. Another tells our MC to lower those eyes. Our hero answers that the commander is standing right here. The bodyguard reaches for a weapon, but our MC waves it off. Instead, those eyes sweep the room, scanning every face, calculating every stat that gamer brain can read, and the scan stops dead on one figure in the back. Welcome to Crossroads branch of the Continental Mercenary Guild, because hiding in this trash heap is an SR rank mage. Our MC can barely contain it. An SR in a backwater guild breaks the whole game open. The conversation moves to a table where our MC sits across from the mage and asks for a proper introduction. An SR rank elite mage should be commanding armies, not rotting in a border town tavern. Our MC asks about the uniform, says the design is unfamiliar. The mage answers it belongs to the Empire, a rare pattern most would never recognize. Our hero knows it from the game, but stays quiet. 30 years of service, rose to commander of the Imperial Mage Corps, then retired into mercenary work. Our MC calls the dedication admirable, but the mage waves it off, says pension barely covers expenses. The mage asks what brings the prince to a guild, taking a long drink. Our MC says anyone walks into a guild to hire good soldiers. The mage cuts through it and asks if our MC is just buying bodies to die in the Lord's place. The bodyguard erupts, but our MC shuts that down cold. The mage says the battle at the advanced base already spread through the city. Getting wrecked on the very first deployment is a nasty start. Mercenaries fight for gold, but none are stupid enough to dig their own graves. Following a novice to certain death is not happening. Our MC just nods, then steps forward and asks if everyone here chose this life, selling themselves for coin because nothing better existed. Our MC asks if people who gamble with death every day are really going to get scared now, then slams the table and calls them idiots who throw lives away for pocket change. Our hero turns to the mage and says the attitude is strange from someone with those credentials. The real reason for retirement was bribery from military authorities. The mage freezes because nobody outside the Empire should know that. Our MC asks if that is not exactly what digging your own grave looks like. The corruption went deeper too. Smuggling on the side, dishonorable discharge. Our MC calls the mage a fallen soldier still wearing the Imperial uniform with zero shame. And in raw combat, more pirate than soldier. The mage takes every word, then says pride in having served the Empire never disappeared, and asks how much. Our MC flips it and asks how much the mage's pride is actually worth, how much to turn it back into the real thing. The room goes silent. The mage throws out 100,000 auras per year, a number meant to end the conversation. Our MC doubles it without blinking. 200,000 means nothing to the third prince and new city lord. Our hero just sold every boss level mana stone from the tutorial fight, and the proof is standing right there. The mage accepts. If that money buys back the chance to be a real soldier, the answer is yes. Our MC raises a contract for the whole room to see. Triple salary, lump sum upfront. Cowards sell their contract and leave. Real mercenaries who want real money meet on the western field by evening. Our hero walks out. The room sits stunned because that offer is insane. Next stop across the city, a clean room where someone is getting healed. The Saintess finishes treatment and warns the scar will stay for now. This is a top-ranking R-rank healer who could fix it later under the right conditions, but our MC steers the conversation away. Healing is not why our hero came today. The Saintess brings up the previous request, and every priest with an open schedule is already gathered. The attendant bows, impressed at how fast our MC is settling in. Our hero says to move. The day is packed. That evening, the western field fills with movement. Carriages roll in from the advanced base and footsteps land heavy. Our MC stands waiting in silence. Soldiers line up in single file, coffins draped with flags. A crowd gathers larger than anyone expected because in a city where death is daily, no ceremony this big ever happened. None of the fallen had families nearby. Whispers about the lost soldiers already spread through the citizens faster than official word. Our MC stands among the grief knowing the price was paid, but never enough. A single sword planted in the earth marks the memorial. Our MC steps forward before the crowd. The cape catches wind as our hero announces being the third prince, new lord of Crossroad. The crowd mutters instantly, calling the prince worthless. Our MC cuts through every whisper, just so everyone is clear. War. Every person here is going to war. Our MC stands before the crowd in full royal garb, cape snapping in the wind, announcing being the third prince and new lord of Crossroad under the empire. The crowd stares back, murmuring that the prince actually showed up. Our hero makes it clear. War. Everyone here is going to war. New graves will fill the cemetery every week, and the funeral songs will never stop echoing through the city. But our MC stresses one thing above everything else, that every single death costs more than keeping a soldier alive. Funeral fees combined with insurance compensation already add up to an insane amount. Half the money from the mana stones got burned on compensation alone, so there will be no courageous suicides or heroic last stands. That kind of bravery is just cruelty dressed up. Our MC is going to do everything possible to keep them alive. Not out of kindness, though. Our hero wants every soldier alive and useful on the battlefield, squeezing maximum value out of each one. So nobody is allowed to die. Live and collect salary. Dying just means our MC pays for a funeral instead. Weapons start clacking across the crowd, and when it comes to fighting monsters, our hero claims to be more talented than anyone standing here. The crowd answers. Stage 1 unlocks on the system, 3 days and 1 hour on the clock. That night after the funeral, our MC heads to the back garden of the Lord's residence. The moon hangs over Crossroad. A system prompt appears asking to activate the teleportation gate, and our MC hits yes without thinking twice. The ground cracks and crumbles apart, debris scatters as energy gathers, the air vibrating with building force, and a full portal rips open with a blast. The bodyguard stares at the spinning gate and asks what this thing is. Our MC explains that the portal connects directly to the dungeon beneath the Black Lake, and the bodyguard can barely process it. The lake itself, the one right out there. Our hero confirms it. This is a free pass straight into enemy headquarters. The game works on 2 modes at its core: tower defense paired with dungeon offense. When monsters swarm the city, that is the tower defense stage. But between those waves, there is a window where the player pushes into the dungeon under the lake, searches through the monster base, attacks their headquarters from inside. That raid mode is called free exploration, and it is the real foundation of the entire game. Our MC already thought through this particular dungeon run before Stage 1 even started. The game is brutal, but it plays fair. The tutorial was a nightmare, but now the conditions look completely different. Our hero started this chapter with a basically overpowered roster, including an SR rank mage from the Mercenary Guild, plus piles of money sitting around. This is worth a shot, no question about it. Our MC already explained the game's rules to the bodyguard, including the part about potentially dying on the very first stage. The door slams open and the bodyguard marches in wearing full armor, announcing total readiness. Our MC just stares. That is the entire reaction. No hesitation, no follow-up questions. The situation makes zero sense from the bodyguard's perspective. The master changed personality overnight, somehow knows the fortress layout on a first visit, and just opened a magic portal in the backyard. Our MC wonders if the bodyguard does not find any of this strange. Our hero asks directly, "Any questions at all?" The bodyguard freezes for a second, swallows hard, and says no. The bodyguard follows commands and nothing else. Questions are not part of the job. Sword and shield, that is the role. Slay and defend at the commander's word. The room goes quiet. There is no chance the bodyguard has zero questions, but that answer was the bodyguard's way of saying trust comes first. Our MC calls the bodyguard an idiot and promises a massive bonus for that kind of loyalty. The portal flares and our MC asks if the bodyguard is ready to crawl into the worst place on Earth. The bodyguard answers that any destination is fine as long as they go together. The teleportation menu lights up and the destination locks to the lake. Energy wraps around both of them and the world twists into something unrecognizable. A loading screen pops up confirming the teleport is in progress. A game tip floats across the screen explaining tower commanders and dungeon mode, and our MC wonders why the system is pretending to be helpful all of a sudden. The teleport completes with a blast. Boots hit solid ground. The Black Lake stretches out ahead of them, and this is the monster headquarters. Our MC already memorized the layout of this dungeon across countless runs. The bodyguard shouts and points at the water. The surface ripples, the lake erupts, energy bursts from below, and the first wave tears out of the darkness. Skeleton soldiers flood the cavern, rattling armor clanking in every direction. Our MC freezes. The bodyguard asks what those things are, and our hero grinds teeth knowing exactly what just spawned. Any monster would have been fine for stage 1. Goblins? No problem. Mermaids? Easy. Wyverns? Manageable. But out of every possible low-level enemy in the entire game, it had to be these absolute nightmares. Flame Skeleton Army. Our MC screams it out loud. The bodyguard identifies them as the target. Enemy intel drops on the screen. Stage 1. Nearly 2,000 basic enemies, living armor infantry, and our MC cannot believe the numbers. The bodyguard asks if everything is alright because our hero looks like the world just ended. The color drains from our MC's face. Our hero turns to the bodyguard and says this is exactly what happened during the tutorial. They are completely and absolutely screwed. Again, the skeleton army fills the horizon. Living armors are skeletons wearing full plate, and skeletons in armor are a specific kind of nightmare. Physical attacks are basically useless against them. Later in the game, they become easy targets once magic equipment fills the roster. But right now, at this stage, the conditions are way too weak to handle them. Our MC already built a physical damage army, and that entire investment just became worthless. Our hero is now absolutely certain the game is rigging the odds on purpose. 3 days left on the clock, and the skeleton army stretches across the dungeon as far as the eye can see. Our MC tells the bodyguard to turn back. The only option now is to find every possible defensive alternative before the stage begins. Back at the Lord's residence, the teleport fires and the attendant comes running, relieved our MC finally returned. Our MC asks how many combat-ready soldiers are in the city. The attendant says 384, and our hero nearly loses it. Nearly loses. The gacha was supposed to pull at least 100 decent fighters, but most of the soldiers got killed during the tutorial. 300 is all that survived. Reinforcements are gone too. Every mercenary who wandered into the city already got hired. Our MC orders the attendant to borrow troops from other cities and promise double the pay. The attendant bolts. Next order is a letter to the Imperial Palace, reporting that monsters are becoming active and demanding as many reinforcements as possible. The pen scratches across paper. The attendant hesitates and asks if that is really wise. A system warning flashes that requesting Imperial support will trigger a fatal event down the line. Our MC sees it and doesn't care because surviving stage 1 comes first. The attendant gets told to send it anyway. Then our MC orders every carpenter, stonemason, blacksmith, and alchemist in the city called in. Not called in, drafted immediately. The attendant protests that halting production kills the mana stone supply, but our MC shuts that down because the city itself is about to fall, and production means nothing if everyone dies. The door closes, and our hero stands alone in the room. The difficulty of this game is not a joke, and the usual approach will not cut it anymore. Our MC does not have the luxury of waiting for a better option. The harder the game pushes, the more creative the response needs to be. The class selection screen appears, beginner level commander, the hidden class nobody has ever tested. Our MC picks it. The system congratulates the new commander with a flashy animation. Our hero barely has time to react before the body slams to the floor. The bodyguard rushes over asking what happened, and the system drops the first penalty. Growth rate of all stats cut by half. Our MC stares at the notification. Then a second debuff hits. Equipment usage skills also cut by half. Both debuffs stack on top of each other. Our MC erupts. What kind of class punishes the player just for choosing it? Our hero grabs the system screen ready to tear it apart, and that is when the skills start flooding in. Defense totem, super buffer, main order, and the party synergy system all unlock at once. Our MC stands in the middle of the skill list completely stunned. Every single one of these abilities buffs allies. The commander can strengthen an entire army by existing on the field. Just standing on the defensive line reduces enemy stats across the board while boosting every friendly unit nearby. The debuffs make the commander weak alone, but the trade-off is turning the whole team into a weapon. The party synergy system even gives bonuses based on which heroes fight together. For a player who already knows every combination in the game, this is the single best class that could have existed. The scene cuts. The next morning, our MC marches into the hall demanding answers. The attendant was supposed to draft the craftsmen, but not a single one cooperated. So the attendant just kidnapped the union leaders and dragged them to the palace instead. Our MC says that technically counts as a crime. The blacksmith union leader demands to know what this is about. All 4 leaders are furious that their workshops got disrupted. The carpenter, stonemason, and alchemist leaders join the shouting, saying royalty or not, there are limits. The attendant cowers and suggests apologizing. Our MC takes one look at the screaming crowd and asks if they all have a death wish. The prince of the country and lord of this city called for them, so the correct response is to crawl. The room goes dead silent. Our MC asks if ending all their lives right now would be easier. The leaders fold instantly and apologize, admitting this is the first time a royal served as lord. The negotiation wraps up smooth as butter. Our MC offers 20% of the city's raw mana stone supply in exchange for full manufacturing cooperation. A direct supply line of raw stones is pure gold for any craftsman. In return, every military weapon and piece of equipment our MC requests gets built without question, production costs covered. The deal is too good to refuse. The union leaders do not even try to negotiate further, gold in their eyes. Every single one agrees on the spot and asks when work begins. Our MC watches them scramble and knows that nothing moves people faster than money. Stage 1 starts in 2 days and 13 hours. The clock is ticking. The gate looms over the southern approach, and our MC wastes no time. The Living Armor Army, nearly 2,000 strong, is already marching toward Crossroad. Estimated arrival in 2 days. The room feels it. Every face in the briefing says the same thing without a word. They think this is over. The mage asks what the plan is, and our MC answers that the plan is everything at once. Our hero starts handing out individual orders. Our MC promised to give it everything, and that starts now. The Saintess gets the first assignment, keeping the soldiers combat ready through healing. The Saintess hesitates, clearly not built for the front line. Our MC apologizes, but says the help is needed, then adds the front line is off the table entirely. No combat, support only. The Saintess asks what the actual job is. Our MC needs the Saintess to handle barrier and healing duties for the entire city, and that ability is too valuable to risk in direct combat. As a public official of Crossroad, the Saintess is now officially employed. The Saintess takes a breath and then immediately asks about salary, specifically whether good results earn a raise. Our MC cannot believe the first question after a war briefing is about money. The in-game trade is called Gold Luster, an obsession with gold coins, and it matches the real person exactly. Our MC promises a performance-based raise without hesitation. The Saintess suggests our hero start thinking about next year's number right now because nobody squeezes value out of money like this healer. Next up is the priest. Our MC pulls out a weapon prepared specifically for this. The priest asks what it is. An ordinary crossbow, level 1, bottom of the barrel stats. The priest accepts it and says the best effort is guaranteed. Long-distance combat training begins on the spot. The priest's posture needs work, but our MC trusts it will come together in time. Then our hero notices the glasses are gone and asks about it. The priest always wore glasses before. The priest admits the eyesight was perfect all along. The glasses existed to make the vision worse on purpose. But now the eyes are needed, so the glasses stay off for good. Our MC takes that in. The attendant pipes up with relief, saying 2 characters wearing glasses was getting confusing. Our MC tells the attendant to shut up. After the briefing wraps, our hero heads straight to the southern walls. The sound of construction echoes off the stone. The mage is already there. Our MC asks how the walls look. The answer is terrible. Years of neglect ruined everything. This place calls itself a fortress city, but the basic maintenance fell apart completely. Our MC demands to know why castle wall repair was ignored. The mage says funding dried up. Fewer monsters meant fewer mana stones, and the former lord cut every budget related to defense. Our MC calls that the single dumbest contradiction in existence, letting a fortress crumble because the danger temporarily dropped. The new order is simple. Unlimited money, unlimited materials, repair everything, go completely overboard. The work starts immediately because the monsters are already on the way. Our MC visits the lumber workshop next. The carpenters just got their orders. For the next 2 days, the entire workshop builds walls. The carpenters stare in disbelief. Our MC clarifies, walls, the big things that block roads. The carpenters protest that wooden walls are useless against monsters who smash lumber like paper. Our hero does not need walls that survive impact. The carpenters are confused. The only job is to build wooden walls exactly as described. Make them absurdly tall, make them absurdly thick. The carpenters accept the order. Our MC turns to leave. No more questions, just build. The next 2 days blur together. Every workshop, every soldier, every resource in the city moves without stopping. Time vanishes into the preparations. Flags whip in the wind above the southern wall of Cross Road. Stage 1 hits 30 minutes on the countdown. The wind picks up, the horizon darkens. A soldier on the wall screams that the enemy is visible. The alarm drums pound through the city. The skeleton army surges forward with a roar. The ground shakes under the weight of the march. A dark mass fills the approach. Our MC stands on the wall and tells everyone there is nothing to fear. The cape catches the wind. Our hero shouts that the enemy has nothing going for it besides numbers. Inside, though, our MC knows that is a complete lie because the living armor army is the worst possible matchup at this stage of the game. But the speech keeps going, claiming Crossroad feels the strongest army in the Southern Empire. Also, a lie. The army is a handful of retired mercs and novices at the edge of nowhere. The tower defense setup is called perfect, the equipment called flawless. None of that is true either, and even with the new soldiers and the SR mage, they are far from ready. Our MC keeps bluffing anyway because confidence is the only weapon that costs nothing. Tonight, they drink to victory. Our hero stares out at the approaching horde and makes the promise sound real. The wind dies down. Our MC is counting on one person above everyone else, the SR mage from the guild. Lightning cracks across the sky, and our hero bets everything on this stage. The mage answers, calling the soldiers little whippersnappers and confirming the entire unit is ready to fight. The skeleton army charges across the open field and the ground shakes under the march. Monsters in this game all share one core behavior, a single predictable pattern that makes every fight a puzzle. They take the shortest route to the base, no exceptions. If nothing blocks the path, the horde moves in a straight line toward the nearest humans, which means the direction is always obvious, and traps destroy them if the setup is ready. But there was no time to dig proper traps, so our MC had to work with what existed. Our hero screams for the mage to go now, and that short window is all they needed. Electricity crackles in the air. The mage charges up and delivers the first strike, calling it money's worth. Lightning rips across the field. The full spell hits and the explosion tears through the front line. Bolts chain through skeleton after skeleton. The mage does not slow down, hammering the next row, clashing through the armored ranks. The mage screams at the horde and admits even a veteran does not know how to count this many enemies. Another blast tears loose. The living armors keep pushing forward through the damage. Our MC spots the marking spell on the targets and recognizes the mage's combat style immediately. Energy surges again. The mage taunts the skeletons about dinner plans and fries another cluster. A massive swing clears the next wave. The full combo lands again, mark followed by the kill spell, and the explosion shakes the entire battlefield. The soldiers on the wall erupt in awe. Our MC breaks down the technique for the audience. First skill tags the enemy, second skill deals the real damage on the marked target. The kill counter starts climbing, and the mage keeps pushing forward. The dust clears and our MC's gut drops. A skeleton is already reforming. It stands back up like nothing happened. There are thousands of them. That entire bombardment barely left a dent. Our MC screams for the mage to fall back immediately. The mage bolts. The skeleton army surges after closing the gap fast. The horde roars across the open field. The mage yells at the soldiers to run and not look behind them. Our MC watches from the wall and says everything is going exactly as planned. The order goes out for everyone to hold position and wait. The skeletons close in on the wall. Our MC counts down just a little longer. The call comes to move in. The bodyguard confirms the order. The charge begins. Boots slam into the ground at full sprint. Our MC calls the mage's performance perfect. The skeleton army rushes toward the wall and the front line sees it. The wooden wall stands right in their path, towering and absurdly thick, exactly as ordered. Our MC greets the horde and bets none of them have ever seen a wall this stupid before. The real question is what the skeletons do about it. Our MC asks out loud whether the army will detour around it or smash straight through. The skeletons do not hesitate. They charge the wall head on. Our MC calls that the most predictable move in the game. Blocking the main path forces every monster into a narrow passage, and our hero has done this exact play over 100 times. Every skeleton funnels into the tight gap between the walls. The order comes to prepare all weapons. Every barrel rises. The first blast tears into the packed corridor. Explosions chain down the line. The entire passage turns into a fireball. Flames swallow the bottleneck. This is the most fundamental rule of tower defense games. Funnel the enemy and annihilate them in a kill zone. The bombardment does not stop. Lure them into a tight space and pour everything into it. The passage becomes a slaughterhouse. Our MC orders the first wave of fire and commands total bombardment. The cannons keep pounding. The bodyguard asks if this is enough. The monsters cannot push through the wall of fire. But our MC says not yet. Energy gathers on the other side of the wall. Heavy impacts slam against the wood. The wall cracks and explosions rip through the barrier. Our MC knew this was never going to be that easy. Those sturdy monsters are still coming. The wall is cracking, but our MC expected exactly this. Those sturdy monsters were never going to stop at one barrier. Our hero screams that this is what the backup plan was for and orders the next phase. The Saintess activates the gravity field artifact on command. Energy spirals outward from the device. The artifact locks in and the field expands across the approach. The effect hits immediately. Every skeleton in the zone starts dragging, joints grinding against the pull. Our MC shouts for the bodyguard. The bodyguard snaps to attention and the ballista unit rolls into position. Heavy crossbows line the wall. Bolts load with a satisfying click. Our MC orders every shot aimed at the core on each skeleton's chest. The bodyguard gives the command to fire. Bolts scream across the field. The first wave punches through skeleton armor. More bolts slam home in rapid succession. The horde roars under the barrage. Our MC watches the damage stack. Artillery and ballista working together, crossing fire from both angles, finishing targets already weakened by the gravity field. The standard defense procedure is holding. Then the bodyguard calls out. Some skeletons broke off the main path and are detouring around the wooden wall. The flanking force rumbles across open ground. Our MC predicted this would happen, but the number going around is bigger than expected. Our hero calls for the mage. The order is to intercept every living armor approaching from the right side of the wall, hit them hard, and pull back before they can regroup. The mage charges out without hesitation. The skeleton flank meets a wall of lightning. The mage slams the first attack home. The explosion rips through the right side and our MC confirms that flank is covered. The left side is the only gap remaining. Our MC calls the priest's name and says the turn has come. The priest takes position and starts sniping the skeletons circling from the left. The crossbow rises. The shot fires and the bolt catches light. It crosses the distance without dropping. The impact blasts a skeleton apart. Another bolt launches, another clean hit. The shots keep landing. Every target drops. The priest confirms the kill. Our MC cannot believe the precision. The all-seeing eye ability locked onto a target at insane range through an ordinary level 1 crossbow. Accuracy that even the SR mage could not match. The raw skill behind that calm trigger finger is something else entirely. The kill zone holds the center. The mage covers the right. The priest locks down the left. The kill counter climbs past 400, and the 1,000 mark is closing fast. Our MC smirks and says at this pace the boss fight will be easy. The preparation paid off despite the time crunch. Then the ground splits open. The earth shakes and something massive rises from below. Raw energy pours into the sky. A creature tears free from the surface. Our MC freezes. The system identifies it. Level 25, S rank, Spirit Knight. The boss monster of Stage 1 just appeared, and the regular army is not even finished yet. Our MC screams because the boss should not be here while the main wave is still standing. The normal enemies have not been cleared. The Spirit Knight does not attack. It does not unleash a skill or cast a wide-range spell. It just hovers in the air. But this is not a game anymore. This is real life. Every soldier on the wall sees the floating nightmare and the entire army breaks into panic. Screaming erupts across every position. Our MC curses. The gap between fighting humans and fighting monsters is the primal terror that a massive inhuman creature puts into ordinary people. The boss appearing alone tanked every soldier's performance, and the fear did not stop with humans. The horses lose control. The mage's mount bucks and thrashes. The mage hits the dirt hard. The fall knocks the wind out completely. Skeletons close in on the downed mage from every side. The mage lies face down, barely conscious. Our MC watches from the wall, and the blood drains from that face. The skeletons are charging straight in with one goal, killing the only living target on the ground. Soldiers scramble across the wall, screaming that the mage went down. The order flies to form a defensive ring around the fallen target, and our MC knows how bad this is because the entire Stage 1 strategy depends on that one fighter staying alive. The bodyguard suggests rerouting cannon fire to support the mage's group. Our MC refuses because pulling artillery off the kill zone opens every floodgate on the field. The bodyguard argues that the boss already shattered formations at the wooden walls. Cavalry and ballista both stop firing, monsters punching through everywhere. Our hero orders every soldier back to position and every weapon online. Inside, our MC whispers an apology and begs the mage to hold on just a little longer. The mage's eyes crack open against cold dirt. Everything hurts. The veteran groans about being way too old for this. Soldiers nearby shout that a rescue team is coming, and there is zero time to rest. The mage forces up off the ground, knowing full well that survival means holding until backup arrives. A skeleton lunges in with a roar. The reaction comes too late. A soldier slams a weapon into the armor, another slides to cover the gap, a third swings with everything available, and the hit bounces off without leaving a scratch. Physical damage does nothing against living armors. A warning about the blind side comes one beat too late. A blade drives through a soldier's back before anyone can turn. Skeletons close in from every angle, and one more steps in behind the group to seal the last exit. Despair locks every face in place. Soldiers drop one by one, screaming for help that nobody can send. The mage snaps and unleashes lightning out of raw fury. The blast rips through the nearest pack, but mana is spiraling out of control after that fall wrecked the concentration. A skeleton grabs a soldier and drags the body closer. A spear finds its mark, and blood hits the dirt. A bolt screams in from the distance and cracks through a skeleton, buying one gasp of breathing room. The defense line soldiers are already gone, though, torn apart without mercy. The mage stands over the bodies, shielding the fallen from the armor still pushing forward. Rusted metal and rotting water fill the air, the smell of death itself. The veteran snarls at the skeletons to crawl back where they belong, asking if a pile of bones got jealous that one old fighter was earning easy money sitting around doing nothing. Lightning erupts at double the normal output, and the blast clears the entire zone. That attack measured at 200% of the mage's typical ceiling. The Spirit Knight still hovers overhead, and none of it mattered. The mage tells every surviving soldier to run, promising to hold them off until the mana runs dry. One rookie refuses flat out, calling that plan insane because leaving a mage on the field is suicide. The veteran asks what that even means, and the rookie recites the second rule of mercenary survival. A blade clears the sheath, and the rule is to always stick with the mage. The logic holds clean because standing next to the strongest fighter beats running alone without magic cover. The rookie's instinct pays off immediately. Instead of swinging at the living armors directly, the spear knocks them flat and shoves them back, buying distance instead of chasing kills. The rookie screams for the mage to forget about defense and start charging the next spell. Supporting fire drops from the fortress wall above. The barrage is not enough to hold all of them back. The mage scrapes together barely enough mana for one thunderbolt and lets it fly, and a monster spear punches through the rookie's body at the exact same instant. Our MC screams from the top of the wall hard enough for the entire field to hear it. The explosion shakes the ground beneath. The veteran stands in the silence afterward, wondering if gathering mana 1 second faster would have kept that soldier alive. The grief digs in, but the mage refuses to carry every single death at this age. The mage turns to the dying rookie and asks what the third rule of mercenary survival is. The answer comes through blood. The rookie whispers that the rule is to never accept a job offering a suspicious amount of money. That one lands. A dying voice calls out for a mother as mana flares one last time with skeletons still closing in. The mage tells the rookie that every single one of those rules was dead wrong, that none of them would ever build a real mercenary in anyone who wanted to get rich or earn real honor. Lightning tears across the field with everything the veteran has left, ripping through the horde without stopping. The mage screams that a real mercenary takes every dangerous job that pays and stays far from the mage because the mage always steals the credit. Bolt after bolt shreds the ranks apart. The last lesson is that the rookie never should have become a mercenary at all. A bitter grin crosses that exhausted face. The mana bottoms out completely, not enough left to spark a cigarette. More skeletons approach, and the mage mutters about that retirement bonus slipping further away. A voice cuts through the chaos, ordering the mage not to move. Boots hit the ground. Light explodes from our MC's position. Golden energy tears across the field, and every skeleton in range disintegrates on contact. Our hero stands beside the mage when the dust settles. The battlefield is still burning, but the veteran is alive. Our MC orders the wall to restore fire coverage immediately. Inside, our hero whispers an apology to the mage for leaving the veteran stranded out there alone. The next shout tells every frozen soldier to snap out of it. A skill called Indomitable Commander activates and golden energy pulses across the entire position. A cowering soldier starts roaring with fury 1 second later. The shift is instant, and the soldier has no idea why the fear just vanished. Our MC watches the effect ripple across the wall. The skill locks every allied unit within range into total fear immunity, wiping panic in a single pulse. Our hero calls the bodyguard. The orders are to calm every remaining soldier, restore the kill zone, and lead a rescue team through the gate to pull the mage off the field alive. The rescue means crossing open ground full of living armors. Our MC knows this is a death march order, and the weight sits heavy, but the bodyguard does not flinch for a single second. The answer comes with a promise to be back fast. Our MC watches the bodyguard leave and bets everything on that one soldier making it back. The bodyguard slaps panicked troops back into line on the way down. Light flashes as the charge hits the field. The blade tears through every skeleton, blocking the path. The mage spots the rescue coming through blurred vision. The bodyguard tells the veteran to hold on tight. The grab lifts the mage off the ground. A kick clears the nearest skeleton out of the way. The horse takes off at full gallop toward the fortress. The spirit knight fires a blast from above. The attack screams past them. Another strike comes down hard. The bodyguard deflects it mid-gallop without losing speed. The mage offers to introduce a granddaughter, a real nice girl. The bodyguard is not interested in matchmaking right now. The bodyguard tells the mage to save the energy and focus on recovering mana because there are still hundreds of monsters to kill. The mage laughs and admits the bodyguard has zero appreciation for charm. The veteran offers thanks for the rescue, and the bodyguard says just following our MC's orders. A pause settles between them. The bodyguard apologizes for not arriving sooner. The mage shuts that down, saying regret waits until every skeleton is scrap metal. The veteran admits that this level of fury has not burned this hot in years. Lightning crackles back to life across the mage's hands. Back on the wall, the Indomitable Commander skill already pulled the artillery together, and the kill zone is firing again. Our MC admits to overestimating what gaming experience was actually worth, because identical numbers in the game and in reality mean nothing when raw panic alone drops soldier performance to 0. Real life through variables the game never simulated, especially the horses snapping under the boss's pressure. Our hero recalculates every assumption on the spot. The next disaster does not wait because the monsters already pushed through a gap close to the allied line. The kill zone collapsed and every surviving skeleton is flooding the opening. The ground shakes under the stampede. Our MC realizes that falling back to the fortress hall is the only option left. The Stage 1 counter still lists the Spirit Knight and sub-bosses as active, but the mage carved through enough of the regular army to keep this winnable. The bodyguard returns with the mage and reports in. The bodyguard hesitated before asking about the veteran's condition, visibly shaken that a retired officer nearly died on that field. The concern ran deeper than duty. The mage says being alive is enough, but the shame cuts worse than any wound. Tears hit the ground as the veteran admits that innocent soldiers died because one person was not fast enough. Our MC kills that guilt immediately, saying nobody predicts a boss ripping out of the earth mid-wave and nobody carries the blame for it. The mage refuses the comfort, insisting that 50 years of battlefield experience should have been enough to handle anything. The vow comes next. A promise to personally kill the boss and pay back every lost soldier. Our MC tells the mage to focus on recovery because that firepower will be needed very soon. The Spirit Knight roars from the field. Explosions hammer the fortress wall. Our MC declares the kill zone useless at this range and orders all artillery to cease fire. Our hero turns to the Saintess and says to take a break. The Saintess protests that the monsters keep coming. Our MC taps the Saintess and says the job right now is to recover for when it actually counts. The Saintess agrees and steps back. The living armors finally reach the base of the fortress wall. The stone held them at bay, but the armors start climbing. Our MC screams to prepare for close combat. Every soldier grabs a weapon and rushes to the front. Our hero grits teeth because the real war. The full army lines up across the wall, flags snapping in the smoke. Has just begun, and the Spirit Knight towers over the battlefield as living armors claw their way up the stone. Living armors claw up the fortress wall, and our MC holds the order. The rattling grows louder with every second. More armors reach the edge. Our MC screams, "Not yet." The Spirit Knight roars behind the climbing horde. The order drops and stones rain off the wall onto the armors below. Our MC stockpiled every leftover chunk of steel and rock from the reinforcement work on top of the fortress wall for exactly this moment. Most of the living armors smash into the ground and shatter into pieces on impact, but the rest survive. Our MC stares in disbelief because the survivors climb right back up as if nothing happened. The order switches to long spears, soldiers jamming the poles into the armors and shoving them off the wall before they can get a grip. Our hero reforms the party on the spot, pulling the mage into the main roster. Party synergy activates. The system confirms a double mage composition with a 50% boost to magic power. That bonus is massive. But none of it matters yet because the armors are already climbing over the edge and soldiers are fighting hand to hand on the wall. A living armor clanks over the battlement. More rattle up behind it. The sound of grinding metal fills the air. A full wave floods the top of the wall. Our MC grits teeth and admits that from this point the only option is fighting them off with their own bodies. The soldiers waver and our hero wonders if they can survive this. A skeleton swings at a soldier on the wall. The bodyguard steps in and cuts it down. The next strike clears 3 more. The bodyguard plants both feet on the stone. The promise is to kill every last one of them, while the soldiers focus on holding ground and staying alive. The troops grab weapons and rally. The realization lands that whether they can do this does not matter, because there is no alternative. Our MC shouts that every soldier needs to get stronger right here and right now, and the only path forward is to fight through and come out the other side. Our hero calls for the next artifact. The Saintess activates the haste artifact on command. Energy whips across the wall. The speed boost hits every allied soldier on the line. 5% faster actions for 5 minutes. Our MC checks the commander equipment buffs stacking on top. Defense totem and main order layering into the close combat lineup. The order goes out to push every monster back and throw them off the wall. Our hero puts faith in every soldier on the line. The fighting is brutal. Blades crash against armor. The bodyguard activates the first skill and the blade ignites in golden fire. A skeleton crumbles under the hit. Our MC recognizes the Hellfire Blade, the bodyguard's signature ability that stacks power with every kill. The bodyguard alone is clearing half the fortress wall. But one fighter cannot hold an entire wall, and the other side is losing ground fast. A soldier goes down screaming. The call goes out to pull the wounded and swap fresh fighters in. The real problem is numbers, because the human side is running out of replacements while the armors keep coming. The mage reports being ready to fight again. The attendant wants back in too, and the Saintess is also standing by. Our MC stares at the field and asks what the right call is. The answer takes a second to land. Our MC slams the wall, demanding a way to reduce casualties while still destroying every skeleton on the field. The idea strikes. Fire erupts across the wall. The flames tear through the living armors. Another blast follows. Our MC turns to the Saintess. Our hero asks since when the Saintess could use offensive mana like that. The Saintess protests that the role was always healer and nothing else. And our MC says good job anyway and promises a bonus. The Saintess begs to retire because the mana cost of producing that fire is brutal. Our MC offers a performance bonus on top and grabs the Saintess by the arm. One more fire blast and the Saintess gives in, screaming about it. The next blaze rips across the wall. Party synergy and offense buffs push the fire's power through the ceiling, and the results are devastating. Our MC calls for one more shot, and the Saintess screams about being used as a cannon. The Saintess burns down everything in range. More skeletons push up from below. The fighting grinds through the last wave. The wind dies across the wall. Soldiers erupt in cheers, screaming that it is finally over. Our MC cuts through the noise, saying it is not done yet. Every face drops. Our hero yells not to let the guard down because one more enemy is still coming. The ground rattles under their feet. A massive energy blast tears across the sky. The earth shakes. The wall cracks and crumbles beneath them. Light flashes through the dust. The Spirit Knight descends with a roar that shakes the city. The impact slams the ground and the shockwave throws soldiers off their feet. Our MC screams because nothing about this makes sense. The boss of Stage 1 just leveled half the fortress wall in a single hit. The Spirit Knight steps toward the fortress and the ground shakes with every footfall. The boss fills the sky with raw energy and our MC stands directly in its path. The air shifts. The first impact rocks the wall. Our MC screams at the soldiers not to panic because this is just a Stage 1 boss sitting at level 25. The order is to open fire with everything at once. Every cannon and ballista on the wall unloads. The bombardment hammers the Spirit Knight from every angle. Explosions stack and the field vanishes under smoke. The smoke clears and the boss is still coming. Our MC orders continuous fire because that thing cannot be allowed to reach the wall. The Spirit Knight marches straight through the fire net without slowing down, and our MC cannot understand how anything at this level is this durable. Our hero calls the Saintess. The order is to activate the third artifact immediately. The mana amplifier fires, and the system confirms a 100% boost to mana effectiveness. And the target for that buff is the mage. The mage powers up, and the lightning shifts to a different level entirely. Our MC activates Indomitable Commander to keep the army from breaking again. The mage says it feels like fighting at full prime. Our MC tells the veteran to give it everything. Lightning crashes into the Spirit Knight, and our hero screams to focus on the breastplate. The ground splits under the impact. The mage warns our MC not to get caught in the crossfire. The earth shakes under the barrage. Our MC yells that there will be no compensation for getting shocked, and the mage lets the full storm loose. Explosion after explosion tears into the boss. The Spirit Knight roars through the damage. Light flashes across the field. A crossbow bolt from the priest screams in and finds the weak spot on the breastplate. Our MC calls the attendant. A heavy cannon rolls into position and the attendant confirms ready. the cannon fires. The shot slams the boss center mass. The round punches through the cracked breastplate. The follow-up blast rips the armor wide open. The weapon drives into the Spirit Knight's core, and the boss screams. The chest plate cracks down the middle. The core shatters into pieces. Our MC complements the shot. It looks like the fight is finally over. The boss twitches and something flashes inside the broken armor. Our MC screams because the Spirit Knight is still alive after all of that. The armor starts pulling back together. The boss roars and charges an attack massive enough to reduce the fortress to rubble. Our MC calls the mage and screams for one more shot. The mage charges up and asks the Spirit Knight why anyone would raise a metal weapon in the middle of a lightning storm. Electricity arcs through the boss's weapon like a lightning rod. The mage calls the boss a complete idiot for holding a conductor in a thunderstorm. The Spirit Knight's entire frame crackles and warps under the voltage. The energy peaks. Lightning tears through the Spirit Knight from the inside out. The boss staggers and screams. A massive counterattack swings back. Our MC spots it and screams for everyone to move. The shockwave hits the fortress wall. The bodyguard screams for our MC to get out of the way. Debris crashes down across the wall. Soldiers scream. The dust takes forever to settle. Our MC groans about a wrecked back but pushes the concern away and demands to know the condition of the fortress wall. The wall is barely standing. Wind howls through the cracks. One more bolt gathers in the sky. The mage delivers the final strike and the Spirit Knight's body tears apart under the lightning. The Stage 1 boss crumbles and falls. The Spirit Knight screams one last time and explodes into raw energy. The bodyguard shouts a warning, but our MC already knows the pattern for this death animation. The boss triggers soul dispersion on death, a wide area delayed pulse that does not deal damage but destroys any equipment caught inside the radius. Our MC stares the fading boss down without flinching. Our hero tells the monster that this ground belongs to humans now. Indomitable Commander activates one final time and golden light erupts. The light expands across the wall. The Spirit Knight's remnants dissolve under the pressure. Golden particles scatter into the air, and the boss is gone for good. Soldiers look around in shock, asking where the monster went. The question on every face is whether it is actually over. The clouds crack open. Sunlight pours through for the first time since the battle started. Flags snap in clean wind under open sky. The army screams that they won and that they survived. Our MC shouts that winning and surviving will not stop with one stage. The fear is gone from every soldier's eyes. The joy of victory fills the void the terror left behind. Whether it came from the moment itself or from the Saintess's healing does not matter. Our MC tells every soldier to keep fighting and keep living, and behind that grin is every ounce of strength left. The army erupts in cheers and the system confirms Stage 1 cleared. The reward chest drops for clearing Stage 1. Stage MVP goes to the mage with 3 stars, the veteran who carried the entire battle on pure lightning and fury. The evening after the battle settles over the city under a full moon. A banquet fills the central plaza. Our MC raises a voice over the crowd, declaring victory over the living armor army and ordering the celebration to begin. The drinks are on the prince, and the crowd should eat until they drop. The soldiers erupt in cheers. The banquet kicks off. Mugs crack together across every table. Drums pound through the plaza. Soldiers belt out songs that have no business being that loud. Meat flips over open flames. The sizzle drowns out every conversation near the grills. An arm wrestling match slams a fist into the table. A rookie wins, and the loser protests that the round did not count. The crowd moves toward the next contest. Our MC watches the party from the edge, alone. The bodyguard approaches and asks if everything is all right. Our hero has not eaten anything all day, and the bodyguard pushes food forward. The bodyguard says the expression does not match someone who just won a battle. Nearly 1,000 living armors went down without catastrophic losses, and our MC should be at least a little happy. Our hero agrees that the damage was not devastating, but the faces of dead soldiers flash through memory. Our MC admits the battle did not go as smoothly as expected. A sip from the mug hits like fire, because this drink is at least 50% alcohol. People still died, regardless. There is no consoling yourself by calling the losses minimal, because every life matters, and our MC already knows saving everyone is impossible in this game, but the guilt does not care about logic. The empty fortress wall proves it. Our hero says a little more care would have kept those soldiers alive, and this battle left real room for improvement. There is no room for self-consolation. The truth cuts deep. The bodyguard says our hero did a great job, and there is no need to carry all the blame. Grief is real, but it will not bring the dead back. And at this moment, something more important needs to happen. This is a victory banquet, and a miserable commander will tank every soldier's morale, so the bodyguard asks our MC to smile, even if it takes everything. Smiling is part of the job. Our MC accepts that the bodyguard is right. The mood shifts. The attendant shows up with food, insisting victory needs proper nutrition and handing over vegetables because a meat-only diet is unhealthy. Our MC has not even touched meat yet, and the attendant already brought salad. The attendant congratulates our hero on clearing stage 1. Our MC grabs a piece off the plate. Soldiers notice the prince eating nothing but fruits and vegetables. The outrage spreads because the lack of meat is unacceptable. Soldiers swarm the table, apologizing for letting the prince eat plants while paying for everyone else's feast. Our MC wonders when this became a famous trait and asks what kind of life the previous owner of this body lived. Meat and liquor arrive from every direction at once. The situation spirals out of control. Our MC just wanted to sit in a corner and reflect on the battle quietly. The bodyguard yanks our hero back into the crowd. Someone is already passed out cold. The saintess begs to retire, and our MC refuses flat out, calling it irresponsible to quit during a defense game. The saintess keeps pushing. Our MC tells someone to carry the saintess to bed already. The attendant stumbles over next with a complaint. The water tastes bitter because it is not water, and our MC demands to know who gave the kid liquor. The mage is the obvious culprit. The veteran argues that any respectable mercenary should learn to drink deeply and waste money. The mage even offers to treat the attendant like a grandson. Our MC screams at the mage for teaching garbage habits, and the bodyguard flops against our hero's shoulder. The bodyguard leans in heavy. The confession comes quiet, that being alone brings the face of a dead friend back every night, and the thought of surviving alone is the worst part. Before meeting our MC, the bodyguard was sinking. Something about being near our hero brings peace, and the bodyguard wants to stay close. The bodyguard passes out mid-sentence. Our MC knows the calm the bodyguard feels is not real charisma, but a passive skill effect. The bodyguard also said mana grew stronger under our MC's command, and our hero knows that is party synergy, not talent. The mage mentioned the same thing about growing stronger. The system confirms every buff was active through the whole battle. Our MC cannot explain any of it without revealing the game. The group takes whatever rest the night allows. The bodyguard credits our MC's natural leadership for everything, and our hero asks if that loyalty is the reason the bodyguard will not leave. The answer is a shrug. Our MC points out that hearing maybe from a loyal knight is not exactly reassuring. The mage slams drinks down, one for the brave, one for the survivors, and one for the prince. Our MC's face goes pale. The attendant apologizes for organizing a banquet this intense. The soldiers point out that the prince is famous for drinking anything in sight but is not touching a glass tonight. Our MC cannot believe the reputation the previous prince built. The soldiers beg the prince to at least have one drink and refuse to sit down about it. Our hero threatens consequences and fills every mug in reach anyway. The alcohol wins. The entire plaza decides to get wasted tonight. The city eats, drinks, sings, and talks until the voices blur into one sound, and the victorious night falls deeper. Our MC is completely drunk. A reward chest pops before bed. Our hero checks the stage 1 clearing rewards, 2 R level drops and 1 N level before finally passing out. The stage 1 reward chest cracks open. Our MC stares at the drop because out of every SR weapon in the pool, the system chose the Lucky Strike, a meme weapon famous for trolling livestream viewers. Random jackpot damage that rolls once in a blue moon and means nothing in real combat. Our hero tries to accept it because at least something dropped. The weapon is soulbound and cannot be traded, sitting at the bottom of SR grade. Our MC tries to stay positive. The optimism lasts about 2 seconds. Dozens of weapons share the same concept but do it better, and the gold barely covers one wall repair. Chapter title: Late the next afternoon. Our MC wakes up groaning with a splitting headache from last night. The bodyguard is already at the bedside, dressed and waiting. Our hero insists the morning off was earned. The mage points out the bodyguard was face down, drunk 12 hours ago too. The saintess strolls in, way too cheerful for the occasion. Warm honey water fixes everything, and our MC finally feels human. Prep for the next stage kicks off immediately because the clock does not care about hangovers. The fortress wall is wrecked, collapsed sections, crumbling stone, beams snapped clean. Our MC asks how long repairs will take. More than 2 weeks minimum. The stage 2 timer reads 9 days, so the wall will still be in pieces when the next wave hits. Every uninjured soldier returns to defense tomorrow. Reinforcements from the near city arrive tomorrow at the earliest. Rebuilding the army is out of reach, so our MC shifts strategy entirely. The bodyguard asks what the plan is. The answer is the dungeon. Destroy the source of every monster invasion at the root. The bodyguard asks if the group is heading to the lake, and our MC confirms, but says this time the path goes much deeper. The game shifts from tower defense to dungeon offense overnight. Our hero dismisses everyone and orders rest. The dungeon party moves at dawn. The Saintess tries to bow out, but our MC refuses because the cap is 4, and leaving a healer behind would be suicide. The attendant gets the supply list and stays to manage the fortress. Preserved food, gear, potions, lamps, lanterns, torches, anything that makes light. Next morning arrives. The mage grumbles that this looks like a camping trip and asks where exactly the group is going. Our MC says soon enough. The teleportation gate fires and light erupts across the courtyard. The mage freezes because this spell was lost over a century ago and nobody alive should be casting it. Our MC announces the destination, the monster base beneath the Black Lake. Dark water stretches below the platform as far as the eye reaches. Probing that place is the only way to find out why monsters keep pouring into the fortress. Destroying the root cause once and for all is the objective. The teleport locks, and our MC tells the party to follow. The bodyguard insists on jumping first and drops through without waiting. Our MC confirms the other side is safe. A loading tip pops up, and our hero admits the system is useful for once. Boots hit the rocky shore, one pair at a time. The mage goes quiet, staring at the water with a look that carries old weight. Our MC asks if the veteran visited before. Decades ago, the lake looked normal, and the army decided to solve the monster problem by filling the whole thing with dirt. Our MC calls that the dumbest military plan in history. The Magic Corps hauled material for weeks, dumping load after load. The result was nothing. No matter how much debris the army poured in, the lake swallowed every bit without rising an inch. A rumor spread through the ranks that the water connected to hell itself. A week later, monsters erupted from below, the army retreated in full, and the mage never came back until today. The water ahead churns with something moving beneath the surface. Our MC tells the group to brace because the path goes deeper. The system asks to enter the Lake Kingdom and our hero hits yes without pause. A red no-return warning flashes, no teleport until the next safe zone, and our MC calls it a scare tactic. The portal swirls open and our MC asks if anyone has ever turned back because of a pop-up. The dungeon entrance rises from the dark surface glowing with unstable energy. The party jumps and the loading screen confirms entry. Pure darkness. Our MC cannot see a thing. No walls, no floor, nothing but black in every direction. Crunching sounds roll in from all sides, the ground vibrates, and the bodyguard shouts through the dark, asking where everyone is. Our MC calls back calm and tells the group to light every torch. Flames crack to life one by one, and shadows pull back. The party gathers under the glow with darkness pressing in and strange sounds echoing ahead. The Saintess spots movement and screams. A growl shakes the air, and the bodyguard demands to know where the group ended up. Our MC says, "Welcome to the Lake Kingdom." The full name hits the screen. The Lake Kingdom, a sprawling underground lair of every monster that invaded the fortress above. Our hero puts it simply. This is where every creature is born, and the party just walked into the heart of it. The Lake Kingdom opens up, a full city buried beneath the water. Our MC can breathe normally and move without restriction. The mage recognizes an ancient spell holding the place together. The bodyguard cannot believe a city this size exists under a lake. A footstep echoes ahead. Something is coming. The mage fires first and lightning cracks through the corridor. A cloaked figure steps out of the shadows, unfazed. Our MC tells everyone to stand down. Any dungeon this size has a guide at the entrance. The figure asks if the group came to rob the kingdom. Our MC pauses. The stranger warns the party to leave while they can because nothing worth finding exists here. Our hero has never seen this character before in any playthrough. The dungeon holds over 600 encounters, and one rare guide is supposed to appear at random. But our MC never triggered this event. 3 full runs, and this face never showed up once. Our MC steps forward and explains the group came to destroy the source of the monsters. The stranger says the people of the Lake Kingdom already fell to those creatures long ago. Our hero promises to end the nightmare for good. The words land, and the stranger goes quiet. A blade slides free and the warning comes. Do not walk into the darkness unprepared. Every fool who tried before perished. Turn back before the abyss swallows the party and regret destroys what remains. Our MC does not flinch. If that was enough to turn back, our hero would have quit this game long ago. The Lord of the Fortress City does not retreat. The duty goes beyond the city. The duty is to protect mankind. A sealed door is blocking the only path forward, and our hero asks if another route exists. The stranger agrees to watch and judge whether the words came from courage or stupidity. The promise is to observe the group closely. The guide turns and tells the party to follow toward the entrance. Our MC asks for a name. The answer comes slow. The stranger forgot. The guide says to call the name simple, no name. The party follows the guide along the outer walls for half an hour, and the saintess protests every 5 minutes that trusting a stranger in a dungeon is insane. The walk drags through silence and dark stone. Footsteps echo. The guide stops. A passage opens into the city through a drainage facility. The floor is slippery, and the layout is a sewer system. 5 more hours of crawling follow, and our MC regrets every choice that led here. The sewer twists deeper. A notification confirms District 1, the dried-out sewer, first zone of the dungeon. Every drainage pipe in the city converges here, though the water dried up ages ago. The walls crumble, but the structure holds. A second ping marks the spot as a safe base where monsters cannot enter, and the teleport menu updates with new destinations. The party can resupply from this point forward. The saintess begs to turn back, and our MC shuts it down. The group did not haul supplies just to quit at the entrance. Our hero thanks the guide and says the party takes it from here. The guide warns that the Lake Kingdom is fully conquered and nothing can be reclaimed. Every building crawls with monsters worse than anything on the surface. But if the group insists on pushing deeper, one piece of advice matters above all. Never turn off the light. The party stands under a single lantern as the guide steps back. The stranger wishes luck and vanishes. Footsteps fade into nothing. The mage asks who that was and how anyone lives alone under a lake, and our MC has no answer. The saintess says the darkness here feels alive and impossible to see through. The mage agrees the shadows move on their own. Our MC could not explain the guide because the dungeon holds secrets that 2 full playthroughs never revealed. One thing felt certain. The group will meet that stranger again. Our hero orders rest at the base, knowing the answers wait at the bottom. Preparations wrap, and our MC asks if everyone is ready. The district screen shows 3 normal rooms and 1 boss room. Given the party lineup, our MC estimates 1 clean push clears the zone. The order drops, move in. The sewer opens into a maze of branching tunnels, and the bodyguard asks how deep it goes. Our MC explains dungeons are built from passageways, with combat rooms scattered between them. The party fights through every room in order. The first enemy waits behind the very first door. A screech rips through the tunnel, and something massive lunges from the ceiling. The system tags 4 large gutter rats at level 3. The rats pour out screeching and clawing. Our MC admits the group underestimated the name because these things are fast and built heavy. The saintess screams about rats, and our hero questions where all that courage went. Orders fly. The bodyguard takes the front, holds ground, strikes anything close. The fangs and thick hides mean aiming for the neck is the only clean kill. Mage and saintess save mana and only fire at breakthroughs. Our MC watches from the back. The bodyguard connects and steel cracks through the first rat. A clean slash drops the second. The mage finishes the third. The last rat crumbles. Our MC compliments the team. The bodyguard says it was easier than expected and asks about collecting mana stones. Our MC starts to say the drops are worthless, then freezes. The loot is SS rated, old relics from level 3 sewer rats, and the status window lied about the real threat. The implications hit fast. A screech tears through the tunnel from deeper inside, and whatever made that sound is nothing like the rats. The 5th rat is nothing like the first 4, massive and lunging at our MC before anyone reacts. Our hero screams and swings the lucky strike on instinct. The jackpot fires and every slot lines up. The damage counter rolls triple digits. The hit sends the rat into the far wall. The creature splatters and the room goes quiet. Our MC stares at the weapon because that joke item just one-shot a monster the party barely scratched. The bodyguard rushes over asking if our hero is hurt. Our MC says everything is fine. The question hits, how did one punch kill it? Explaining the jackpot means revealing the game, so the excuse comes fast. That was the punch of a prince. The bodyguard cannot process that sentence. The mage adds that royalty must unlock hidden power in desperate moments, and our MC begs everyone to drop it. The party does not need to know, and the room is cleared. Chapter title. Room 2 opens empty. Whatever lived here is gone. The bodyguard spots a chest in the corner, and our MC warns it could be a trap. The saintess panics. The chest turns out real. 3 gold coins sit inside, and the bodyguard grins. Our MC snatches the gold and reminds everyone that loot belongs to the commander first. Room 3 throws 8 rats at level 5, and the fight grinds harder than the first. The party barely clears the wave. The final corridor opens, a roar shakes the tunnel, and our MC confirms the boss room is next. One more fight, and the group heads back to the fortress. The smell of blood hits before the door opens. Something massive shifts in the dark, muttering about rats. The voice repeats that every rat must die, screeching between words. The creature smashes through debris, screaming about cleaning the kingdom and keeping the sewers pure. The shape moves closer. The bodyguard asks if the monster is talking. The boss claims to have killed every rat already. The system tags it, Giant Rat Man, level 16, sewer manager with a villager class. A former citizen turned into this thing. The boss charges. Rats keep spawning, no matter how many die. Our MC asks why a Rat Man carries a human class tag. The creature screams about killing everything, and the rage goes beyond animal. A hit lands, and the bodyguard staggers. Our MC tries to give orders, but the Saintess moves first. The healer screams about rats, and fire erupts across the room. The Saintess burns everything in sight while screaming louder than the boss. The party ducks as flames rip through the chamber. The Rat Man collapses, smoking. The creature twitches and gasps one last curse. The mage steps forward and says enough. One word, sweet dreams, and the bolt drops. Lightning tears through the boss, and the sewer shakes. The dust settles, and silence takes over. The mage calls it rough because the boss absorbed all the dungeon mana, making the final form stronger than both rat waves combined. Our MC expected the first zone to be simple, but the status window hid the real threat, and the party watched every physical attack land for nothing. The Saintess screams about corpses everywhere, and our hero asks what else anyone expected. The tunnel rumbles. The boss room reward chest drops. The bodyguard grabs supplies on command. Our MC wraps up the trip and checks what the chest holds. The lid flips and a blade shines. SR grade, the rat slicer. Stats fill the screen. Our MC tosses the sword to the bodyguard. It does not compare to the main blade, but our hero says, keep it for later. One more reward sits deeper, and our MC digs in. A summon scroll appears. The automatic defense turret, the exact item our hero entered this dungeon for. This single drop made the entire trip worth it. All rooms cleared, District 1 done. The party walks through the alcove to the sewer exit. Our MC stops because the real Lake Kingdom opens ahead. District 2, hidden alley, and the sky is pure black. No living city remains. The place is one enormous ruin, hollow and broken. Not a single light, no footprints, darkness covering everything. The ruins vanish into the black. Our MC decides the party is not staying because whatever lives here would eat them alive. Good work. Time to leave. The teleport menu opens, and home is the only choice. The flash fires, and the dungeon disappears. A completion screen pops with exploration rewards. Level ups hit every party member. The Lake Kingdom sits empty after the group leaves. A voice asks if that was the last player and sounds surprised anyone made it this far. Wind hisses through broken towers, red light flickers, and something shifts deep below. The voice begs forgiveness and calls it a sin. A screech tears through the kingdom. This is for the people of the Lake Kingdom, and the chapter cuts to black. The teleport fires and the party lands back at the fortress. Our MC calls it a good run. Rest is the order, but sleep is not happening tonight. The Saintess cannot process what the group just saw. A city beneath a lake surrounded by living darkness. The mage asks if our MC has anything else to share. Not right now. Our hero cleared this game twice, but never figured out why the Lake Kingdom ended up like that. The preservation spell still holding while everything crumbled felt different this time. Our MC tells the group to figure it out together, step by step. The mage says tonight requires alcohol. The Saintess agrees because the nightmares already started. The mage offers to show the healer a good pub, and our MC wonders when those two became friends. The Saintess heads to the temple instead because praying might help with the fear. Our MC says go ahead and rest. The bodyguard and our hero walk back together. The bodyguard asks about heading back to the dungeon before the next wave. Our MC says no. The scouting is already done. The next wave is the same gutter rat army from the dungeon. Once the exploration zone overflows, the creatures pour through the lake route into the city. Dungeon enemies and defense enemies are the same army. The bodyguard lights up at the news. The attendant arrives calling for our hero. The kid asks if food and baths are ready, but the panic on the face says something worse happened. The attendant screams that the fortress is in massive trouble. No reinforcements are coming. Both the capital and every nearby city say they cannot send a single soldier. Our MC says nothing can change it tonight. Tomorrow the group talks. Tonight, the group eats. Chapter title: Morning. Our MC asks what happened to the reinforcements. The Western Front has been at war with the neighboring country and the fighting escalated. Every free soldier from the capital and surrounding regions was transferred to the Western Front, leaving nothing for the southern frontier. Our MC goes quiet because something feels wrong. The Empire is always at war on every border, but pulling troops from private reserves never happens, especially now, right when a reinforcement request was filed. The mercenary supply has not recovered either. The mage shows up grinning and says there is another source of soldiers. The answer will cause a headache. Our MC does not care about headaches. All that matters is clearing the next stage. The mage smirks and says, "Follow me." The group rides out of the city. The bodyguard asks where the group is going. The answer to the former lord of the city: the destination is the residence of the margrave of the Cross family. A margrave controls a frontier. Frontier lords fight invaders, not citizens, so their military power outranks a typical count. The Cross family built this fortress and ruled since the first settlers arrived. Every road, wall, and building came from that bloodline. Cross Road exists because the Cross family made it, a respected bloodline. Our MC asks why the margrave stepped down when the southern frontier sits beyond the capital's reach. The margrave held more power than the emperor here. The margrave requested a replacement from the capital, and that is how our MC ended up as the new lord. The bodyguard asks why anyone would abandon land the family held for generations, and the mage says the story is long. The group arrives. The villa sits on a hill outside the city. The mage explains this is where the margrave moved after stepping down. The bodyguard asks if anyone actually lives here. The attendant confirms supplies get sent regularly. A voice roars from inside demanding to know who dares trespass. The margrave storms out furious. The mage greets the old lord, and the recognition takes a second. The bodyguard cannot believe the former lord of the city is this angry old drunk. The mage introduces our MC as a guest. The margrave snaps that the instruction was to keep all royalty away, and our MC steps forward anyway. Introductions go formal. Our MC clears the throat and bows. Silence. Our hero introduces the full title: youngest imperial prince and new lord of Cross Road. The margrave outranks a feudal prince in this region, so our MC keeps the tone respectful. The request is a consultation on defense matters. The margrave says one word: leave. Our MC asks for clarification, and the old lord screams to get out. The bodyguard is furious that anyone would dismiss a prince, but the mage explains the margrave's authority is real. The bodyguard demands respect for our hero. Our MC almost escalates, then stops. Forcing a margrave is a losing move on every level. The old lord curses at the entire group and tells them to disappear. Our MC bows and promises to return for a proper conversation. The margrave slams the door and screams to never come back. On the ride back, our MC remembers. The margrave is famous in the game for one reason beyond the quote about protecting the empire. The old lord is the father of one of the strongest tank characters in the entire game, a fighter with top-tier stats and a massive fan following. Recruiting that character is essential, and doing so means winning over the margrave first. The mage confirms the old lord commands private soldiers, seasoned veterans who answer to the Cross family alone. Those troops would give the fortress the strength to survive the next wave. Convincing the margrave is the only path, but the old lord refuses to let anyone inside. Our MC says leave the persuasion to a professional. The attendant asks what the plan is. Our MC raises something and smiles. The goal is clear. An honest life would be nice, but the world keeps pulling our hero back into schemes. Next morning, our MC returns to the villa calling the margrave's name. The old lord screams about being told not to come back. A heavy thud hits the ground. The lid lifts and gold gleams under the morning light. Our MC grins. The chest is full of the margrave's favorite thing, and the bribe is on the table. The margrave is loud, stubborn, and spent the previous prince's entire reputation on embarrassment, but every soldier in the region respects the old lord's battlefield record. Our MC lifts the lid on the gold chest and adds a bottle of the most expensive imperial liquor money can buy. The offer is simple: one drink together. The margrave tries to refuse and fails in the same breath. The invitation comes fast: get inside and bring everything. Our MC grins because the old drunk is exactly as predictable as the game promised. The door creaks open, the smell hits first, and our hero almost gags. Every surface is covered in empty bottles and dust. This is not a fan of alcohol. This is a full-blown addict living alone in filth. Glasses hit the table. The margrave admits it has been ages since anyone shared a drink in this house, and the glasses are the only clean things in the room. Common courtesy at minimum. The old lord grabs the bottle. The label reads Peacemaker Original Imperial Whiskey, a brand so rare that even the royal court barely stocks it. This bottle was distilled during the coronation era, making it absurdly expensive. Our MC bets the gift will buy at least a civil conversation, and the first toast goes down fast. The margrave groans with pleasure after the first sip. The old lord calls it a masterpiece and chugs the rest of the glass. And our MC asks if downing rare whiskey in one gulp defeats the point. The margrave argues that comparing it to every other drink requires a full pour, and the logic somehow works. Our MC tries to steer the conversation, but the old lord shuts it down immediately. The margrave says, "Drink and leave, nothing else." Our MC asks for snacks, at least. The margrave pushes the entire pantry forward, and the selection is pathetic. A plate of dried fruit lands on the table, handmade from the orchard behind the house. Our MC looks out the window and sees a small plot of trees behind the villa. The orchard sits right against the residence. The margrave calls it a pastime. One bite, and our MC spits it out on reflex. Bitter, foul, and barely edible. The margrave screams about the disrespect and then takes a bite. The old lord spits it out too because the taste is just as bad. The fruit grew, but something in the soil turned it rotten. The margrave offers the rest as a gift. Our MC asks why anyone would give food they cannot eat themselves. The answer is obvious. If the margrave could eat it, the gift would never happen. Fair point. Our MC starts connecting the dots. Crossroads sits at the southern tip of the continent. The region gets more sun than anywhere else, and the soil is rich. The perfect climate for fruit. So, why does everything taste like poison? The margrave asks if our MC knows what the lake corruption does. The contamination spreads through the ground and kills everything it touches? Cursed land where nothing grows. That is why no farmland exists near Crossroad. The margrave spent an entire life fighting a war against soil that refuses to produce. The old lord stares at the imperial whiskey, made from grain and grapes that will never grow in this region. Our MC asks why the margrave keeps the orchard. The answer is simple. Everyone lives with some kind of useless hope. The silence sits heavy. The old lord says the orchard is all that remains. The bottle empties. Our MC asks if the margrave knows why the visit is happening. The old lord says, "Get to the point or leave." Our hero slams the table. The words are coming out whether the margrave listens or not. The monsters are regrouping, and the next wave will be bigger than the first. 1,000 living armors hit the fortress last time, and the army barely held. The walls crumbled, and the troop count is gutted. Reinforcements are critical, and our MC needs the soldiers the Cross family commands. The margrave says no soldiers exist under that command. Our MC calls the claim nonsense because everyone knows the family has fighters. The old lord corrects the record. Those were lifelong friends who trained and fought together, not an army. When the margrave stepped down as lord and put the sword away, every single one of them retired too. Our MC begs the margrave to call them back, and the answer lands cold. The land does not deserve protection. Our MC freezes. The margrave says, "Do not sacrifice lives for worthless ground. Tell the soldiers to run instead." Generation after generation, the Cross family bled for this place, and none of it mattered. Everything on this land is dying, and there is no hope left. This is a warning from someone who wasted a life defending dirt. Leave before the cursed land swallows the prince whole. The door closes behind our MC. The bodyguard asks if the talk worked, and the answer is no. But a gift sits in our hero's pocket, the dried fruit. Convincing the margrave will not happen in a day, and our MC plans to keep coming back. The bodyguard asks what broke the old lord, and our MC says the pain looked deep. The mage told our hero to hear the story from the margrave directly, which means the answer stays locked behind that door. Our MC curses the stubborn drunk. Nothing changes. The plan is to do what the group can until the margrave breaks. Repair the walls and prepare for war. The enemy attacks regardless of what cards the defense holds, and our MC will fill the scorecard with whatever is available. The order goes out to return to the fortress because the work ahead is massive. The Stage 2 enemy report drops. Giant gutter rats at level 5 plus 3 unknown monsters. The total count fills the screen, 3,251 rats. Next morning hits, and our MC is already outside barking orders. The fortress wall took a beating, but the rubble is still useful. Every chunk of stone gets repositioned as a front-line barricade. Workers haul debris into defensive lines while soldiers patch what they can. Our hero demands the wall restored in 1 week. The crew protests, 10 days minimum at best. Our MC does not budge. 7 days, no exceptions. Every hand on the fortress shifts to construction duty. The pace is brutal and nobody gets a break. Scaffolding goes up section by section along the crumbling wall. Our hero watches from above. The deadline is final, and missing, it means death. Stage 2, details drop, and the number lands hard. Over 3,000 rats heading straight for the fortress. The soldiers line up and our MC steps forward. The speech is blunt. The land behind them matters, and running is not an option. Every soldier in the line pledges to hold. Morale clicks back into place like a loaded weapon. Days blur together. Our MC splits time between supervising repairs and visiting the Margrave's villa. The two of them sit drinking in silence. No arguments, no convincing, just glasses and quiet. The defense line slowly takes shape again. Our hero spends evenings near the Margrave's orchard staring at dead trees in dry soil. The old man breaks the quiet with something nobody expected, asks if our MC was ever in love. The question sits heavy. Our hero thinks back, not to the game, but to the real world, life on Earth. Nobody waited at home, no calls, no messages, no one who noticed if that door stayed shut for days. The loneliest stretch came before streaming. Our MC picked up live streaming because the silence in that apartment was killing from the inside. Viewers showed up, chat moved, donations pinged through the speakers. For a while, it almost felt like connection, but the camera shuts off and the room goes dead again. That warmth was never real, just usernames scrolling past. Our MC gives the honest answer, never had anyone. The Margrave stares into the glass. Dreary life, the old man mutters. Our hero almost laughs. Dreary life on Earth, now stuck in a game where monsters line up to attack. Not much of an upgrade. Silence fills back in and neither of them breaks it. The Margrave did have someone though. One person in this world the old man loved. The woman who married into this cursed family. The wife died 3 years ago. Was supposed to rest in the family plot at the orchard, but the casket went into the ground empty. The curse of this land runs deeper than monsters. Every lord who holds the fortress faces the same impossible choice, the city or the person closest to them. 10 years of peace made the Margrave believe the cycle broke. The wife started farming the southern stretch beyond the road. Soil that never grew a thing suddenly pushed green shoots through the dirt. Fruit appeared for the first time in fortress history. The old man watched the orchard come alive, season by season. Hope was real, and it tasted like fresh harvest from cursed ground. 2 full years of peace followed. The wife spent every morning tending rows of trees planted by hand. The Margrave believed the worst was over. A scouting report shattered everything. Massive creatures heading for the city. The Margrave grabbed armor and rode back at full speed. The wife was still in the orchard tending trees. The main force aimed at city walls, but a dozen split toward the farmland. One man, 2 directions. A city full of people or a field with one person in it. Every second of hesitation cost ground on both fronts. The Margrave turned toward the city. The gates held because the old man arrived in time. Fighting dragged on for hours, wave after wave, smashing against the walls. The last monster dropped, and the Margrave rode south without stopping. The farmland was gone. Trees snapped, soil torn apart, everything flattened to nothing. The wife lay in the middle of what used to be rows of fruit trees. Gone. The Margrave knelt in destroyed dirt, and the world collapsed to a single point. Soldiers pulled the old man away, but the damage was permanent. The daughter found out the next day. Screamed that choosing strangers over family was insanity. Protecting a city was never worth this price. Those words came out raw. The Margrave had no answer. The daughter packed and left within days. Never came back. The orchard stayed dead. The house filled with bottles. 3 years of drinking alone in a building that used to hold a family. The old man stopped caring whether the fortress walls stood or fell. Protecting a city that cost everything felt like standing guard over a grave. The city sits on a grave, and the Margrave lives with that truth every single day. The curse is not done. It will come for our MC next. The fortress will force the same sacrifice eventually. The person our hero cares about most will end up on the wrong side of that choice. The Margrave refuses to pass this to the daughter, will not let the cycle devour another generation. That is why the soldiers sit retired. That is why the villa rots. Every wall the old man built was paid in blood, and the debt never stops growing. Our MC finally understands the drinking, not because the land is worthless, because protecting it destroyed everything that mattered. Our hero pieces it together slowly. The Margrave did not step down out of shame. Stepping down was the only way to shield the daughter from the fortress. Too proud to beg the kid to stay away. Too broken to explain why. So the old man chose to be hated instead of passing the curse forward. The Margrave sets down the glass and looks at our MC. One request, help protect this city. The eyes across the table hold nothing left to lose. No pride, no walls. Just the quiet weight of a man who chose duty over love and paid for it every day since. The old man says the orchard is where the inn belongs. Wants to rest where the wife was supposed to be buried. To be continued. If this story hit you the way it hit us, drop a like, subscribe, and get ready for part 2. The dungeon under the lake, the Margrave's daughter, and the war ahead, all of it picks up right where this left off.